I go to open up Coinbase. It says $0. I was like, bro,
You got
what?
hacked?
And I didn't know what happened. I'm like, bro, what? So I go and look and I go through my account and I can see where like I had done some transactions. I don't do much. I bought some and I kept it.
Right.
And then I saw a mystery transaction to some random wallet for like 0.3 Bitcoin or something like that. So like $20,000, $30,000.
Yeah.
And I was like, I don't know what that is. I did not do that. So my money's gone to zero. I'm like, someone hacked my account or something, trying to figure it out. And then I see people posting like, oh, Coinbase is just down. So I'm like, oh, okay. So I probably have money, but what was that transaction? Charizard.
Welcome back to another episode of Around the Bar. Today we have one of the OGs of YouTube, especially on the gaming side of YouTube, Wildcat. You've definitely seen some of his videos before. Him and his friends have a good time on a bunch of different games, and also he's been doing this for a very, very long time. We talk about his businesses. We talk about how he got into YouTube and where he's going to go with YouTube. We talk for a very long time, all while drinking a cocktail called the Paper Planes. So it was a great time. I hope you guys enjoy. There's definitely a Patreon cut of this episode. So if you want to hear more of what we had to talk about, go ahead and support the Patreon. It helps us bring in more guests in the future and pay for their travel and stuff and have more awesome conversations like this one. So please enjoy this episode of Around the Bar with Wildcat. Cheers.
Cheers, brother.
And what exactly are we drinking today?
This is called a Paper Plane.
Paper Plane.
I don't know a ton about it. Apparently, it's based off of another cocktail called A Last Word, like a variation.
Okay.
But the premise is it's a line of cocktails that have 4 ingredients,
Right.
all of which are equal parts. So it's super easy to make. So I learned how to make them because it's super easy. It's just bourbon,
Yeah.
Aperol, Amaro Nonino, and then lemon juice. All
Amaro.
equal parts. Shake it up in ice, pour it,
And
and it's delicious.
It's pretty damn good.
Yeah, my buddy Steven Chandler put me onto this.
Very. It's like
Shout out Steve. He was squeezing lemons, and I'm like,
Yeah,
some of that.
you're like, damn, I gotta. Yeah. I think that something with this show is I kind of learned some little party tricks, some little like cocktails that people don't know
I just
about.
learned a couple. I know I can make this. I can make an old fashioned.
Yep.
I can make the last word because a lot of my wife's friends, that's what they're like. Can you make me one? I'm like, outside of that, that's about it.
There's a cocktail like a duo that you can get at wow, I can't remember the Cooper's Hawk. It's like a steakhouse, and it's peanut butter whiskey, and then like
You lost me already.
and then like a jelly like wine, and it's
No.
called peanut butter and jelly
No.
old fashioned.
That's called hellish hangover. That sounds terrible.
you were telling me you're a little hungover right now. Are you
I'm
still
good.
hungover?
I'm good
You're
now. No, I'm good
Okay,
now.
Okay.
I didn't even drink that much. It was like I got a shot. Someone gave me a shot.
Mm-hmm.
3 other people at the table didn't drink their shot. So I
Right.
drank one of those. I helped out a little bit.
Yeah.
And then a couple pours of whiskey over the course of like a 4-hour dinner. And then I woke up, felt like I got hit by a truck.
That's how
It took me till like 10:30 to feel normal.
How old are you?
32.
Yeah, me too. That's what it's the hangovers at 30. It's not even the hangovers. It's just how you feel after.
Yeah, I don't drink a ton anymore because of that. Like I noticed the brain fog a lot.
Right.
I don't mind it on like a Friday night or a Saturday or whatever, but like I don't want to drink on Sunday. I don't want to have any brain fog throughout the middle of my week.
Yeah.
I just feel like a slug.
Yeah.
Can't get anything done.
I went like, obviously you're early 20s. You're like, I was like drinking and stuff. And then late 20s, I kind of was more of like, weed is a little better. And then now I'm just kind of like, I think maybe just sober is cool.
Yeah. I don't smoke a lot of weed. I've never bought it in my life.
Right.
But
yeah.
I'm friends with another YouTuber named Big Jiggly Panda. He's quite fond of it.
Okay.
And I'll smoke it every time he passes me one. And honestly, I've only had good experiences, to be honest. I'm not trying to be pro drug right now.
No.
Dude, weed, alcohol, I have had some horrific hangovers.
Yes.
Weed, I've never had like any paranoid issues, except I had was it Delta 8?
Dude.
That was one of the worst experiences of my life.
Dude, you get
That was awful.
you get like a bad high.
It was,
or maybe I don't know what you got.
I can describe exactly.
Okay.
I went to a liquor store with Anthony.
Okay.
And we were just getting some bourbon, and then at the counter they have like THC 9 or Delta 8 or one of these. I don't know. It's weed, but it's not weed. I don't understand how it works. It's not legal in Nashville.
Not weed.
I don't understand.
Technically weed.
And for whatever reason, he was like, should we get one? I was like, I guess. And so we did. I go home. I take one. I don't feel anything. For like 30 minutes to an hour and a half. I don't feel anything. He leaves, and now it's like a Sunday or a Saturday or whatever. I'm not doing anything. So I go take a nap.
Yeah.
I woke up from that nap feeling like all my life energy had been drained.
Oh, really?
It was like standing up, I got like dizzy, lightheaded, woozy, walking around. Like I felt dehydrated. I felt like I hadn't had water in like a week. It was awful. And I drank a bunch of water, wasn't helping. I didn't feel high. It was just like this terrible synthetic, like airhead kind of like no energy type thing.
Yeah.
And then I was like, okay, I need to go get food. I could order food, or my buddy hit me up and he's like, yo, you want to go get Buffalo Wild Wings? I was like, okay, sure. I was like, I don't know if I can drive though. I was like, one, I don't know if I can actually, I don't know if I am messed up or not, or and I don't know if I'm going to throw up. I get in the car, I start backing out of my driveway. I start pulling out of my neighborhood lane, and I get to where I would turn onto the main road, and I turn the wheel to turn after I checked like 5 times back and forth. I turn the wheel, and my car has headlights that will turn with the steering wheel. It turned, and so like it lit up this side, and I panicked. I freaked out. I thought it was a car coming, and I was like, no, we're going back home. I ordered pizza. Yeah, never touching Delta 8, any of that kind of stuff. Never again.
That is really funny.
But regular weed, I've only had good experiences. I just get a little giggly.
Yeah, get
a little sleepy, and that's about it.
Order Taco Bell.
Yeah.
And yeah, but that's kind of how I was. But now I think I'm trying. My experiences with weed is like I'll smoke it and then I just eat really shitty, and then I feel bad the next morning just because I ate shitty.
Oh, I just eat shitty and still feel bad. I don't need the weed.
You don't need the weed to do it.
No.
So if you guys, for the very few of you that are unfamiliar, Wildcat's been on YouTube for, I mean, how many years? 16?
It'll be 14 this year.
14 years.
I made my channel September of 2011. Yeah.
What were the early days? It was just I've seen you on a few podcasts.
All of my old videos are still up, so anybody can go watch them if they want. They're horrible. But my very first video I recorded on Roxio Game Capture, baby. Remember that?
No.
You don't remember? You don't remember the Roxio?
I remember Dazzles. Dazzles was before, or
the Roxio Game Capture was after the Dazzle, after the Hop Hog. It was like a cheaper alternative that claimed to be HD, but it was not. It was like 480p. It was horrible.
Okay.
But you'll never forget the ad. If you know the ad, you'll know it. They go, boom, check me out. Roxio Game Capture. Find it at Roxio Game Capture ad.
Roxio Game Capture ad.
They say HD. It was not. Yeah, if you can find the video ad of it on YouTube, it goes, boom, check me out.
Boom, check me out.
As I show my gameplay to the world.
Dude, I feel like I missed a whole section.
Anyway, my first video is recorded on one of these, and it's terrible.
Forced commercial?
I had that exact one 4 years ago, yeah.
12 years ago.
Is that the forced commercial? Why does it say
I don't know why is this forced commercial.
I don't know if that's it or not, but
I don't know.
That one says, is it worth buying? No.
It's not worth buying. You gotta wonder if Roxio is still in business.
I have no clue. But that's what I bought.
Okay.
And I recorded my first video. It was a gameplay commentary on Black Ops 1.
Black Ops 1.
I just rambled for like 10 minutes. I was like, I want to make videos to help people get better at the game is what I said. Meanwhile, I wasn't even good. I had just gotten internet like the year before. I had dial-up internet until like 2010.
Okay.
Yeah. So the early videos are just like typical old school COD
like
stuff,
tips and tricks videos,
commentaries.
You watch Hutch and I would
tell funny stories.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was about it.
Those were the days though. I feel like a lot. It's definitely a lost art. People forget how like big people were on YouTube just from doing that.
That's all. I mean, the gaming stuff was the biggest thing on YouTube.
Yeah.
At that time.
Yeah.
Was most of YouTube.
I used to watch Hutch's videos like every day, and then like a bunch of the sniper kids. I'd watch their videos.
I watched Woody's gamer tag back in the day.
Yeah.
Yeah. Syndicate and Ali A are actually what got me into YouTube.
Yeah.
Because I didn't even know YouTube existed, like gaming wise. I had no clue. And then I was big into zombies at the time.
Right. Yeah.
And they would both upload zombies videos that would get like crazy views.
Yeah.
And then Syndicate's like 115 run or whatever.
Yeah.
That apparently people think he cheated on. I don't know.
I no idea.
That's
I don't know. I don't know anything about the zombies community.
I don't either, but it had a big impact on me in starting YouTube, which is why actually I named my dog Kino because of Kino der Toten.
Oh, what's that? Oh, the
map. The original Black Ops 1 map with the theater.
With the swastikas everywhere.
Yeah, why is that what you remember?
Because I played it 2 days ago.
Oh, he's like, I love that
No,
map.
no. I played it. Okay, weird, crazy you say that. I'm doing a video. I'm trying to record a video right now where I play a bunch of different games, like a bunch like top selling games of each year. And Black Ops 1 was a top selling game in 2011. And so I was like, you know, I'm going back and playing it, and I'm playing multiplayer. I played the first campaign mission, and then I was like, I've never played zombies in this game, but I've heard it's like where it all started, or you know, where it got. It
was where a lot of the good Easter eggs
stuff
came from.
That's
where it got really good.
And so I load up, and I'm like, the first thing I say is, there's swastikas everywhere.
Yeah, yeah, that's Kino der Toten. You're inside of a German cinema. It literally means cinema of the dead. So my dog in German translates to just cinema. I've named my dog Cinema. But it was after that map.
That's nice, though.
And yeah, there were swastikas everywhere.
Yeah.
And in Black Ops 3, they did like a remaster of old Call of Duty Zombies maps.
They took the swastikas out.
Yeah, it was then like the Iron Cross or whatever.
Can I have you angle that mic towards you a little bit? Touch. Just like
do that.
Oh,
yes,
the top. See, I'm used to the.
Yeah,
my mic gets the
do,
front.
Do one of those. Yeah.
I'm sorry, I'm new to this.
No, you're not. So when did you transition? I think Puffer calls it funny momenters. When did you transition from Call of Duty stuff to?
It was like a whole thing. So my first ever YouTube video, the first one I uploaded, the one I just described to you.
Right.
That video, if you go look to this day, in the comments section, you'll see a comment from an account named Vanoss Gaming.
What?
And it says, "Hey, great job on your first video. I'm starting out too. Message me if you ever want to play."
What the fuck?
You can go look. It says
that.
like word for word. I think that's what it says. You could probably pull it up and find it.
Yeah.
And so I got in contact with him. At the time, I had like 18 subscribers. He had like 11.
What the
There's
fuck?
literally no one.
I did not know this.
Yes.
What?
I met him before either of us had ever done basically anything. We had both uploaded one video, essentially.
Okay.
And so I had met him, and he met a couple other guys that we still play with to this day, like Moo, Big Jiggly, like Anthony.
Right.
They met him around that same time. And at that time, it was still very much like do commentaries, do tips and tricks. That's what Evan was doing.
Okay.
And he even like did the community commentaries or whatever, where like other channels would let you upload a video on their channel to get promo.
Yeah.
And back then it would like work.
Yeah.
Evan was really good at that. So his channel like took off. The rest of us were still like 10, 20 subscribers. If you go to the comments, there it is.
Great job on your first video. I sent you a message. Check your inbox. Thanks.
I didn't know who this person was at the time.
Holy
And then now you click on that account. It's 25 million subscribers, like 20 billion views or something like that.
Wow.
But yeah. So
that is really
I met him, and that
awesome.
it was tips and tricks still at the time. I would help him do like tutorials and do private match jump spots and all this kind of stuff. I don't know when the funny moments happened. I think it was just because he played with me and like Anthony.
Yeah.
And me and Anthony just were naturally just always cracking jokes and stuff.
Yeah.
And eventually it was just like, I don't even know how it started, but he just uploaded a video of like funny stuff, funny kill cams, or it was Speedy at the time. If you're familiar with Speedy and that crew, that's all they did was like ninja diffuses and funny kill cams. So there's definitely some inspiration from that.
Right.
But I don't know what specifically, like when that transition was. It was just kind of a natural thing that happened.
Yeah.
Because I was like, I'm not actually good at this game, so I'm not gonna be able to make tips and tricks.
Yeah.
I also didn't even like doing it. I'm like, why am I sitting in a private match for 2 hours trying to find lines of sight and head glitches and stuff? Like,
nade spots.
Yeah, I'm like, this is dumb. I always get mad at people that do this stuff to me. But.
And now you get do you get mad at people? Not mad, but do you see people that do that nowadays? And you're like, man, what are you doing?
It just depends. Like I still play COD a lot.
Right.
All the time, multiple times a week. Some weeks, some games less than others, obviously, just depending on the game. But
yeah,
mostly what I get mad at now is just the people that are just trying way too hard in like pub matches. Like it's like you go play, like they'll have their ranked iridescent skin on, and then they're in pubs still using the same class, playing the same way, and it's like
just going hard.
Yeah,
as
it's
possible.
like, what are we doing? But I mean, I get it. People are gonna play how they want. But like,
Yeah.
I like to goof off. I don't take it too serious. But yeah, the people still do stuff that pisses me off.
So
I don't mind if people like camp and do like goofy stuff like that.
Yeah.
Obviously, it's annoying to die to someone in a corner, but like you're like, all right, next round,
Right.
And it becomes like
Next
this little
round, I
battle.
got you. Yeah.
So it's kind of fun, but
Yeah, when I was playing Black Ops 1, like the other day, like it's crazy how different COD is, because I played my first map, and I haven't played that game in fucking forever. So I'm doing okay because I play a lot of COD, but there's like a kid on the other team that's like frying, and I'm like, is he hacking? He might be hacking.
that's the
like,
other thing these days.
Like, or maybe he's just never gotten off of Black Ops 1. That's just his game.
Black Ops 1?
Black Ops 1,
Oh,
yeah.
he was probably hacking. But
But then I'm like, the next game, I'm like, he's still, or it's the same lobby. So next game, I'm like, I'm searching for that guy. It's just such a that doesn't happen nowadays.
No, lobbies disband every time. But with skill-based matchmaking, and like I play with Marksman usually a lot. He's usually in the party, and he's probably the best pub S&D player in the world, stats-wise, for sure. I mean, he's got like a 5 KD or something in the game right now. Like, it's insane.
Yeah.
And so he's obviously matching with the best of the best players. So we run into the same people a few times a night usually.
Right.
And that's kind of funny. But yeah, the lobbies disbanding is always a little annoying. And now, I don't know if it's just everyone's in Discord, because like consoles have access to Discord now, or they get comms banned, or they just don't want to talk because they're afraid to get comms banned, but nobody talks. That's like the rough thing.
Marcel was telling me that's what's kind of like killing Black Ops 6 for him.
So a lot of times if I'm getting on COD, whoever it is, I'm like, give me party lead. And if we get in a game and like 2 rounds in, no one said talks? A word, I don't care what, I'm pulling. We're out.
Really?
Yeah. I'm like, what's the point?
Yeah.
Because I only get on to make videos. Like I truly, like if I didn't make content, I don't think I would really play Call of Duty these days.
What game would you play?
I don't know.
Would you play a game?
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I probably still would play some COD, but it would be like once a week. Maybe.
Yeah,
once
very
or twice
few.
a week tops for a few hours. But
yeah,
I play Hearthstone off recording.
Really?
That one's just a chill.
Convince me.
I can't convince
you.
You
can't?
No, I can't convince you. It's just like, I don't know. It's like your Mima playing solitaire in her big comfy chair, bro. It's just something.
The new age of solitaire.
Stimulates your brain a little bit. It's kind of fun. I can have a video over on my second monitor.
Right, yeah.
Or a lot of times it's while I'm like working, I'm like responding to emails or messages or like trying to coordinate a recording session. That'll take 30 minutes to an hour. So like, screw it. I'll play Hearthstone Battlegrounds.
How long of a game is Hearthstone?
So it just depends. I started playing Hearthstone in 2014.
Okay.
Way back when it first started. And back then you would actually play the card game, where it's like I would play a card.
Oh, it's not
it would
that
be your
anymore.
turn. You would play. It still has that, but now they have a mode called Battlegrounds, which is like TFT or what's the Dota one? The Auto Battlers.
Okay.
I don't know if you're familiar.
I'm not even familiar.
League of Legends and Dota both, like, obviously they have the top-down like MOBA game mode, and then they made it to where there's like this mode where you just pick your champions and buff them up, and then they fight without you touching anything. They fight each other.
Like
you
Pokemon.
Versus another guy.
Well, actually, not like Pokemon, because you're not.
Kind of. It's called an auto battler. So the idea is you build up your team, and then a fight happens against another person building up their team.
Okay.
And then you see who's stronger.
Oh, okay.
Those games take like 30 minutes to 40 minutes sometimes if you win them.
Wait, so how do you control
It's pretty passive. You don't control them.
You watch like a movie?
There's in between rounds, there's a shop where you buy minions and buy ways to buff your minions. And then on your side is your minions. So like in between rounds, you're just trying to get as big as possible.
Okay.
And then you position your guys, and then the round starts. You fight against the other guy who did the same. And it's random, but it's like, it's skill involved in terms of, it's just dumb.
That sounds interesting.
No,
you're downplaying it.
I lost you 10 minutes ago.
No, you didn't. No, you didn't. I like that kind of stuff.
People probably don't expect, like, it's like so not in the realm of the game you think I would play, but
yeah, no, I was
Hearthstone
surprised.
got me hooked 10 years ago, and the actual card game of it kind of fell off.
Right.
Right at that time, they introduced this auto battler.
Auto battlers.
It was just fun. Yeah, it's just chill.
And you play it on your phone?
Yeah, basically. So like each round or turn takes like a minute to a minute and a half.
Okay.
But you can get all your stuff done in like 20, 30 seconds. So like I'll do all my moves, and then I'll go and
do something
on the other monitor, and then the fight is happening. You don't have to interact at all. You just watch it.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, so it's like 30-minute long game that you're interacting half of the time.
Okay. Is there like an esport for it?
Hearthstone still has an esport in terms of like the actual card game, but
not the Battlegrounds.
I don't think they have done some stuff, but
okay.
But there's some streamers that are pretty big.
That's fun. Do you watch it? Are you like passionate about it? Because it seems like you're downplaying it. It seems like you really fucking like it, but you're downplaying it.
I do like it, but I don't care if other people like it, or I'm not like that passionate about it.
Okay.
It's just something that I can always kill like it never makes me mad.
Okay.
It can annoy me because there's a lot of randomness to it,
right.
But it never like pisses me off. It's always very chill and relaxing.
Yeah.
So like that's why I like it and why I play it when I'm not recording or anything.
I get you.
But fun fact, the person I'm subscribed to on Twitch the longest is a Hearthstone streamer.
Who is it?
Dog.
Dog.
HS Dog. I don't know if that's still his Twitch account, but his name is just Dog. And I watched him way back in 2014. I've been subbed since then.
Okay.
So it's like 140 months of subbing.
And now you can never unsub.
Yeah, I don't.
Yeah, he gets $5 a month forever.
Yep. And I'll pop in every now and then, and he'll be like, "Whoa, what's up, Wildcat? That's a lot of months." And that's it. That's it. Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Yeah, that's how it is. You think he knows who you are?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know if I met him before, but he's now married to Hafu, who was another Hearthstone streamer that I had met a few times during like some poker things. There was like some esports poker things, and Hafu was there.
Yeah.
And for whatever reason, I had talked to her about Hearthstone and whatnot, and she's really good at poker also.
Yeah.
So I had known her for a while, and then like years down the line, they got engaged and married. So she knows who I am. I played Among Us with her too. She's big on Among Us.
Yeah.
You might have played with her if you did the Among Us stuff back in the day.
It's possible. I played
She was big braining people. Maybe you didn't have the brain for those lobbies.
Probably not.
She probably didn't let you in. Yeah.
If it wasn't like the fucking if I saw Classify in the lobby, I would just leave. You know what I mean? Like if it or Toast, like I would just leave. But also I didn't hit it nearly as hard as I should have.
The Among Us thing?
Yeah.
It was a very flash in the pan thing. I feel like that's how I am right now with Marvel Rivals. I have no interest. I feel like it's going to be a flash in the pan in a sense, like the super popular aspect of it. I don't think it's going to last much more than like 3, 4, 5 months from now, in my opinion.
Okay.
That's just my opinion. It might. And if people like it, I'm not trying to shit on your game. If you like it, that's cool. I don't care. But I feel like we've done this. It's Overwatch. Like we've kind of seen and done this. I get there's differences and whatnot, and maybe things are doing better, but
yeah.
I feel like I've already missed the boat, and jumping on now is like jumping on when it's kind of like the decline.
Already set sail.
Yeah, I don't know.
And there's a Kraken in the future.
Yeah. So maybe that's, I don't know.
What's been your favorite wave since you started? Because you've hit
Fortnite by far. Not even close. Fortnite by far.
Is that just because monetarily, or is that?
I mean, that's part of it, but no, it was literally just like it was just the best year of my life. 2018 was incredible. It was so fun. Fortnite was amazing. I think Epic Games is the best game developer of all time, up there with Rockstar. I don't know.
Really?
After how they handled that first year of Fortnite, it was literally every week, like a new item was being added to the game.
Yeah.
And then every month, or like every couple weeks, a change to the map was being made.
Right.
Every 2 months was a whole new chapter or season or whatever, where it was like a whole new change to the map and new weapons and stuff. So like every day I got on that game, I had like 20 ideas that I could do for videos.
Yeah.
And then the videos were all popping off. I was like, I would upload a video, go to bed, wake up the next day, it would have 1 million views.
Fuck.
I did that every day for that whole year.
Are you a are you a I like to use the term crackhead. Are you a crackhead?
At Fortnite?
No. When it comes to YouTube, when it comes to analytics, when it comes to YouTube Studio, how often were you checking it?
Honestly, no. Okay. Not in that sense. I would say like I'm definitely like addicted to YouTube because it's like the only thing I've truly been super good at. And it's the one thing that like clicks in my ADHD brain better than anything. But the analytics, I try to stay out of it a little bit because I think some people can get way too deep in the weeds. Like like the algorithm, the analytics, people get that stuff in their head. At the end of the day, you're just trying to get people to watch your videos and like them. That's all that matters. Yeah. If you can do that, the analytics will all reflect it. So like, that's kind of always how I've approached it. So what really gets me going on YouTube is when there's a game that's popular and I'm having a blast playing it and all I want to do is play it. And then when I am playing it, I feel like I'm doing stuff that no one else is doing.
Okay.
It's like that happened a lot with Fortnite.
Yeah.
Me and Marksman would play as a duo a lot, and we would set up these like elaborate traps and dumb ways to kill players. And it was, like we built one time, we built a base on top of a mountain, but we made the base overhang the mountain to a big drop. We went underneath it and then put loot above us and held an edit. So when a random player would come to grab the loot, we would just hit the edit, they would fall and die.
Right.
And never know why they died. And we laughed and laughed and laughed.
And those take a while to set up?
Yeah, we did stuff like that. We found glitches where like you could put spike traps in the ground that were invisible.
Right.
We would do that kind of stuff, hiding in snowmen, like just the dumbest things ever. And that's what really had me going. Because I'm like, I've never seen anybody get a clip doing this. And and then we would get it. And COD still kind of has that pull to me a little bit.
Yeah, it kind of has that aspect.
Because there's every, at least Modern Warfare 3, the last COD, they had like those aftermarket parts that came out like every week. So every week there was like a new gun that no one had used, which means that's a new opportunity to do something no one's ever done.
No one's done yet.
Yeah, just for like a funny clip, or a funny video, or a concept.
Then all of a sudden you're using some like flamethrower double shotgun.
Like, they released like a fire bow or something, and so we decided we would make our name the Fire Boys and put fire in our clan tag, put on fire outfits, use only fire stuff because there's no counter to it.
Right.
And just like we found that if you make your whole identity one item in the game and use that, people get super pissed.
Super mad. Yeah.
So we would kill people like, you've just been set ablaze by the fire boys. And they would get so mad. They're like, you guys are fucking pussies. It's so pissed.
Do you have an issue in games of being recognized?
In COD, it's like almost every lobby.
Yeah.
Every other lobby, probably. It definitely happens a little less now, but there was a time, Modern Warfare 2019, towards the end of it, I got recognized every single lobby, every time. But the problem is I don't get recognized all the time by people that watch my content. There's just people that know who I am. They've heard of me.
Oh, so they think you're a pro.
Yeah, they'll be like, oh, Wildcat, that's some streamer guy. They're like, we got to shit on it.
Yeah,
so they try their hardest.
Hard. Yeah.
They know nothing about me. They treat me like I'm like a pro player or something.
Yeah.
And it's a whole that annoys me. But when someone recognizes me and they banter with me a little bit or they're actually nice, obviously that's cool. But that's half of what getting recognized is in games these days.
Yeah.
People just know that I'm a streamer.
The other half is like,
which also annoys me. Don't call me a streamer.
You called yourself a streamer.
Because they call me that. I'm not a streamer. My only beef with that is YouTube, I feel like, is still so much bigger than streaming in general. And there was a switch flipped in the last like 6 years where random people now I wouldn't get called a YouTuber. I would get called a streamer.
Yeah.
Because that's the term now. It's
I think it's because of Ninja and Kai. I will say that.
Yeah, there's definitely, they went the most mainstream.
Right. And so like they're mainstream. And so you're not going to see Kevin Hart like Jack has played.
Are you saying Kevin Hart's not going to play GTA 6 with me?
I'm not saying he's not going to, but I'm saying.
Shut that door on me.
I'm saying if he does, he's going to say, I'm playing with a famous streamer.
Yeah.
That's what he's going to say.
I hate that.
They're not going to say, no one's going to say, I'm playing with a YouTuber. I'm playing with a famous YouTuber.
This is one of these things that irks me for no reason. It just makes me sound petty.
No, I don't think it's petty because in my world, besides like the production team, like Matt and James, no one watches YouTube. Everyone streams because
I only watch YouTube.
Seth is the biggest here. He's the lead singer of our band, and he is a huge streamer. And all the COD team, they stream. They don't make a lot of YouTube videos. We make YouTube videos for Optic, but they kind of view it as kind of like work. Like they come in, they make a YouTube video.
I'm the same way, but for streaming. Streaming is work for me. It's not enjoyable.
That's like how I feel.
When I'm recording videos, it's like there's no one watching me, scrutinizing me in the moment.
Right.
And so I kind of sit back and like wait for my moment to like make the joke or like come in and do something in the game, or like if I'm playing poorly, it doesn't really matter. That footage will get scrapped. Like it doesn't, like I do like that aspect. Whereas like streaming, it's just like, I don't know.
I don't know if it's too.
I feel like someone's breathing down my neck. I don't like it.
Of course.
But I had streaming contracts for a while and I had to stream.
Oh, you did get a streaming contract for YouTube?
I had one for Twitch for a couple months when they were first testing the waters. And then I got one for YouTube for a year. Okay. And then they came back and did another 2 years. This was like 2020 to 2022.
How did you like?
It wasn't that much. It was like 50 hours a month.
Okay.
But I never streamed, and now there's an extra 50 hours of work a month, so that's an extra 10 hours a week. Yeah. So it wasn't nothing. Like it was still a little bit, and
still something you had to do.
And my big thing is I hate making content when I don't want to. I cannot force myself to do anything. If I don't want to play the game and I'm supposed to make it, I can't do it. Well, luckily, so like streaming, it's like, all right, I have 2 days to hit 8 more hours of streaming. I should definitely stream 3 or 4 hours today. I don't want to play anything. And which is why I was opening Pokemon packs on stream so much.
Okay.
One, it was super popular. 2, I've always liked Pokemon packs. But the main reason was because I could stream for 2 or 3 hours, ripping packs, and it would fly by. I was enjoying it so much. And I spent so much.
I was about to say, how much money did you spend on that shit? I
spent like $80,000 in a year on Pokemon cards.
Oh, God.
But I still have the cards, okay? They still have some value. In fact, I bought so many, I would buy cases of booster boxes.
So what kind of booster?
So like, you have a pack of cards, right? A pack of cards has 11 cards.
Oh, yeah.
A booster box has 36 packs.
Right.
A case has 6 booster boxes.
Oh, you were buying cases.
I was ripping. Because I would go through like 2 cases in a stream. I would open 200, 300 packs in a stream because I would be chasing like a specific card.
Yeah.
It's like there was a set that came out called Vivid Voltage. Do you remember this?
Oh, yeah.
The one with the fat
big
Pikachu?
Big Pikachu.
Have another drink.
Big Pikachu. The big Pikachu.
Yes. Yeah. I opened 40 cases of Vivid Voltage and didn't get the Pikachu.
Wait. No. I think I misheard you. I misheard you. You meant 40 booster boxes.
No.
You meant 40 cases. 40
Maybe-
40
Maybe I
times
meant 40. Hold on. Let me actually think.
40
It was
times-
thousands of packs. 3,000 packs. So 3,000 packs. That's
divided by 36, Matt.
100 booster boxes, which is like 20 cases. So it was like 20 some cases.
Oh my god.
I opened like 3,000. I never got the Pikachu.
What?
Yes, I would do a case of Vivid Voltage like every day for like a year, and I never got the Pikachu.
Me and my fiance opened one just buying one pack.
But because I did that, I would buy these cases. Still have cases because eventually my stream contract ran up, or I just lost interest in Pokemon. I wasn't opening as much, so I have a closet. Don't rob me, in my house full of cases
of
Vivid
Voltage.
Voltage, not Vivid Voltage. Other sets. One of those sets is Evolving Skies, which if you know right now,
The Charizard? No.
the Mega Rayquaza and the
Yes.
Umbreon that everyone wants.
Yeah.
The Moon Umbreon. I have cases of that in my closet. They're like $800 per booster box. They're like,
Holy
I have like
shit.
10, 15 grand in Evolving Skies booster
How much did you
box.
pay for it?
Less than that. Way less than that. I spent like $1,000 per case.
Holy shit.
Yeah. So I bought like 3 cases for $3,000. Now they're worth like 14 or something like that, or 12.
Oh, wow. So are you
And I have a bunch of stuff like that. So like, I spent all that money, but it got me through my streaming hours.
That's true.
And I still have all the cards.
So technically, how you put it in your brain is
This is me justifying.
Yeah, I was going to say,
Yeah.
how you justify it is I still have value
Yeah.
in my closet.
I would just have to liquidate it, which I will never do. But
That's what,
it's quite the undertaking. Dude, my biggest issue was the bulk.
yeah.
If I open 6 booster boxes, there might be 12 cards I care about.
Yeah.
The rest is like 1,000 some cards.
Yeah.
So I had those. It was like these cardboard dividers that you would line up with Pokemon cards. I had those things stacked like 6 feet high, and I had to connect with a card shop that would take them.
Right.
They would just come get them, and then in exchange they would bring me some stuff like at a discount. Like
Yeah.
I had all the dude. It was like a drug dealer, bro. I had all this stuff arranged. This guy would show up to my house. I'd hand him the cardboard. He'd hand me some other cardboard. And then it got to a point where I'm like, even that, let me just burn this shit. Like, it's like, bro, it's never gonna be worth anything.
It's not like
that whole cardboard case of bulk might be worth $5,
right?
Maybe
the little Starlies.
if you can find someone who wants to take it.
Yeah, they're not going to be even the TCG players won't take them.
Yeah,
like,
that was the worst part of it. Was all the bulk.
Yeah, there's just mountains of energy cards,
and I hate being wasteful. So I was like, I can't just get rid of it. I have to do something with it. I can't throw it away.
And burning them is not wasteful.
Well, that was like, I resorted to that. It was like, all right, I'm becoming a hoarder at this point. Like, why am I'm saving Starlies and energy cards.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Do you watch any like Pokemon YouTubers?
Yeah, I definitely did at the time. I'm trying to think if I do now. I do every now and then.
Yeah.
Like Breaking Nate.
Yep.
Well, I mean, Leonhardt, obviously back in the day, I watched a good bit.
Yeah.
I don't watch as much now.
Yeah.
I've always been into Pokemon though. And I have a bunch of friends that did like Pokemon YouTube, not even just cards.
Yeah. One of the first guys I had on this podcast is his name's Brandon Mystic 7. He's he's a really good guy.
Yeah, I've seen his stuff. Yeah.
His stuff's crazy.
I think I met him a couple times. I think.
Yeah, and Randolph was on here too, and he's like Sidemen adjacent, does a bunch of stuff over there, but he also owns like a couple Pokemon like businesses that revolve around Pokemon cards. And it's a great hobby. It goes in crazy waves.
It dipped there for a long time. It's back crazy.
It's back right now.
The newest set, there's like people fighting each other in Costco.
I saw
beating
that.
the shit out of each other over.
I saw that. I saw that it's like impossible to find the sets.
That's the thing is, it's so dumb because people get I don't know. It's just flippers and scalpers going crazy trying to like make $20 on a box of cards, taking it from some kid who would get it.
Right. Yeah.
And then eventually some of them will buy too much and Pokemon will catch up to demand. They will print.
Right.
They will print and print and print and print.
Exactly.
Eventually they will print it to where you are sick of seeing some sets.
And so then
these people are sitting on cards that they can't sell for even as much as they paid.
Yeah.
That's definitely rare. Like it's mostly people capitalizing it on the first month or two of hype.
Yeah.
But,
I remember like whenever all the hype was happening, whenever like Logan Paul bought all those sets and stuff, you couldn't find sets anywhere. You couldn't find Vivid Voltage anywhere. You couldn't find
Champions
Path
with the Charizard.
was the big one. I couldn't remember the name
Hidden
of it.
Fates.
You couldn't find those anywhere. And then that summer, McDonald's released kids meal packs. And
There was people slinging that out of the back of the McDonald's.
Dog, I purchased her. Dude, funny, she's going to kill me for saying this story, but Alexis and I, my fiance and I were going, and I was like, you know, we got to get some Pokemon cards because we can't find them anywhere. And we were really into it at the time. And I was like, let's just go to McDonald's. Go to McDonald's. And I was like, hey, I don't really want the kids meal because I don't want to waste food, but can I just buy a kids meal and you just give me the pack? And the guy was like, yeah. And he was like, actually, I got like a box of them. And I was like, really? And he was like, yeah, like you could buy them. I'll just meet you.
Give me $50.
I'll meet you in the parking lot. And I was like, all right. And so I went to the parking lot, gave him $50. I think it was $50. And he gave me the whole, like, I think like 30 packs. And they're like, they have 3 cards in them or something.
I'm pretty sure all those cards are like worthless now too.
Yeah.
All the McDonald's ones, because they printed so many.
Worthless.
And I also remember when it was really popping, everybody and their brother, of course, was like, oh my God, I have all my old hollows in my closet or whatever. It's like, those are all mostly worthless.
Yeah, like
most of you guys destroyed them.
100% of them.
And people, they're like, oh, they're old. It's like, yeah, they're old, but everyone collected them. There was no one was ripping a pack. Okay, in the garbage. Like everyone kept them.
Right. Yeah.
And so it's like, and they printed base set so much. There's
and
so much.
We were kids. It's not like we got the Charizard and we were like, I have to keep this safe. Like we brought it to school. We put it in our backpack. We put it in our pocket, in our wallets, like.
But I just remember everyone and their brothers like, oh, I got a binder at home. I bet it's worth thousands. It's like maybe a couple $100. Maybe,
yeah, maybe
$150,
unless you happen to have the one. If it's got the little first edition thing on it, and you kept it perfect. One. You have a first edition Charizard?
I have a first edition Charizard.
How much did you pay for it?
PSA 9.
PSA 9.
I paid nothing. I used digital cryptocurrency to purchase mine. So it wasn't even real dollar dude.
Fake money.
Digital currency for shiny cardboard.
Fake money.
Fun fact about that. I think it was like 6 months ago or something. Coinbase like had an issue.
Yeah.
Or whatever, where the whole site like went down. And I remember I woke up that day and people were like freaking out, like, oh my God, Bitcoin hit 100K or whatever. They were hyped about something. And I was like, I have Bitcoin still.
Yeah.
I go to open up Coinbase. It says $0. I was like, bro,
you got hacked?
And I didn't know what happened. I'm like, bro, what? So I go and look and I go through my account and I can see where like I had done some transactions. I don't do much. I bought some and I kept it.
Right.
But then I saw a mystery transaction to some random wallet for like 0.3 Bitcoin or something like that. So like $20,000, $30,000.
Yeah.
And I was like, I don't know what that is. I did not do that. I had no clue. So my money's gone to zero. I'm like, someone hacked my account or something, trying to figure it out. And then I see people posting like, oh, Coinbase is just down. So I'm like, oh, okay. So I probably have money, but what was that transaction? The Charizard. I forgot that I had bought it with Bitcoin. Yeah. It's cool though. It's a PSA 9 first edition that on the actual slab of the PSA, Mitsuhiro Arita, the illustrator, had signed. So he didn't sign the card, he signed the slab. Which doesn't really add value, but it does to me. I think it's cool.
Yeah.
And the value of the card has gone down since I bought it. I think I spent like 27 on it. I think it's probably worth like 23 or something now. But
not horrible.
I bought it. It's in the safe. I have it. It's cool. I want to keep it.
You don't display it? No.
A little too sketchy. I'll show people like if people care. And I have some stuff I do display, like I have old sealed games.
Right.
Like, I do also have a base set box that's sealed.
Really?
Yeah, that's also in the safe. And then I have a fossil box sealed that I actually bought in 2016 before the boom went crazy.
Before the boom, okay.
I have a video on YouTube where I bought a base set 2 box and the fossil box for like $1,500 total. So I bought the fossil box for like $900. I still have it. It's
Holy
like 10K
shit!
now.
Yeah, I was about to say that's a lot.
I'm probably less than that now, but
at
I still have that. Never opened it.
Yeah.
I don't know what I'll do with it. Maybe I'll open it someday.
Maybe one day. I mean, it's such a fun hop. There's just something about ripping the packs. When you get the card in your hand.
Yeah, I do Pokemon videos still with Anthony Big Jiggly.
Okay,
and like he likes to like rip a new set and like really look at every card. Like, oh, that's a cute art. Oh, that's funny. Like, oh, that Pokemon looks super fat. Like that's hilarious.
Yeah.
Whatever. And we rip through. Me, I'm just like, what are the chase cards? No.
You're literally the guy on fucking
because that's
cash
all
machine.
I did. That's all I did on stream. I was like, all right, this set has a Pikachu and 2 other cards that I want. Let's rip a case today. Like, that was
see if we can get it.
Yeah.
Oh my! It's just gambling. It's just. How are you in Vegas?
I have not been to Vegas since like 2016. I need to go back.
How are you in casinos?
I'm pretty responsible.
Really?
I pick a limit and I gamble and I only do it for the entertainment. I don't go expecting to like change my life or like make a bunch of money to buy anything.
Yeah.
I do some sports gambling too, but it's purely just like it's for the thrill of being right. That's what I care about more than anything.
I can imagine. Yeah, there's something about. I thought that I would enjoy sports gambling because I like sports and I like gambling, but like I like sports in a way where I'm super passionate about the team that I like, and I like gambling in the fact that I put it all on one number and I hope the number hits. And those two things don't really like. I would if I were to sports gamble, I would put a lot of money on my favorite team.
No, you can't
and
do
you
that.
can't do that.
That's my rule.
Right.
So
yeah.
I pretty much only bet on the NFL because that's what I understand the most and what I've known the most about. Like I've watched football because I was a Colts fan. So like growing up in the early 2000s, the Colts were awesome.
Right.
They only won
Peyton
one.
Manning.
They only won one Super Bowl, and the Patriots ruined my year several years in a row. But the Colts, like you felt like you could win the Super Bowl every year.
Every year,
they would win 12 plus games every year for like a decade straight.
Right.
Some years they were undefeated through like 13 or 14 games, and so I loved.
It was a great time to be a Colts fan.
Was big in the NFL, still am, and I'm still a Colts fan, and that's my one rule. Yeah, I don't bet on the Colts.
You don't bet on the Colts.
But that's what makes me want to watch the other games now. I'm like, okay, let me look at the spread.
Right, yeah.
Let me see who I realistically think is like the spread is off here.
Right.
Like I'm some analyst. Like I'm some. I don't win. I win sometimes, but I'm not. I don't think I'm up on the year. All I know is I gambled this whole year. I think I'm down in my account. I don't gamble a lot either. Truly, it's like 20, 25 bucks a game. Tops.
Right. Yeah.
Tops.
Right.
And those are the only ones I'm super confident about. So like I'm like down like 150 bucks on the year.
That's not bad.
And I have like $700 or something in my account.
And
Because again, I don't want to go crazy.
And think about how much fun you've had.
So I'm like, yeah, but now my thought is slam the Chiefs in the Super Bowl. Every cent in the account.
That's how
and then go into next year.
That's how I am. If my number hits on roulette, I'm like, now I can put everything on the number again. And if it hits again, then I'll just
I do
walk
like
away.
roulette. I like roulette where I do my little groups.
Right.
I'm like, all right, go in this little crisscross pattern, these 4 numbers.
Right.
Let me bet 18 every time. Let me bet 4. I like 4.
Isn't it?
That's what I do.
Isn't it funny that like
roulette's like the worst for you, by the way. It's like the worst odds.
Yeah, I fucking know. I know. Actually, I've been playing Ultimate Texas Hold'em, and even that sucks. Like that's really bad. I love
Texas Hold'em. That's more of a skill game, and it's not a skill game that I'm super skilled at.
Oh
I'm pretty
no,
decent, but
not Texas Hold'em where like you're playing against people. The one where you're playing against the dealer.
Oh, the one where the casino just
fucks
bends you over.
Yeah.
Okay.
The one where I'm too scared to play against other real life people. So
to be fair, playing against real life people in Vegas is ass. These people, they're just all leather-assed Goombas that are just sitting on their chair all day, and that's what they do. They're straight-faced. They don't want to talk. They don't do anything fun. They're actually there to make money.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting down. I'm on vacation.
Right.
This shit sucks.
Wait, so have you played? I've never even played a real game. Like I've never played a live game.
Yeah, I've done some of the esports tournament things that had been put on through Unibet back in the day.
Okay.
It was like 2017, 2018.
Okay.
But I've also just been to Vegas. And what's actually fun is if you go to Vegas with a group, you can ask to have your own table with your group, and a dealer will come over. And you can play poker with your friends in Vegas with a dealer. Yeah, but then you have to watch the goobers coming over because they're like, oh my God, there's a table over there full of fish having fun. And they'll come over and be like, no, private game, fuck off.
Oh, the guys are laughing?
Yeah, they're
Let's
having
go take
fun.
their
We
money.
gotta get over there and ruin that.
Can you hand me the ice? Yeah,
I'm sneezing.
I enjoy. I think I go through waves. Like we were just talking about Pokemon. I'm talking about poker a little bit. I just go through waves of what I enjoy, and poker I hit every year. I'm
in the same way, and I always have it. It's ADHD. That's what it is.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
In fact, I think I'm pretty sure I have a meeting with a psychiatrist in like a week for my first time.
Good for you.
Because at 32 years old, I'm like, this is starting to become a problem. I have responsibilities. I have people that work for me. I have things, and I can't.
You're
focus.
married now.
Yeah. And I can't focus because I'll get stun locked on poker or Pokemon cards. What's my current? My current one is Bourbon.
Really? I could tell. Yeah.
My current one is Bourbon, bro. I'm enamored. I like to go bourbon hunting. There's YouTube channels of guys that go bourbon hunting and they find cool rare bottles.
Really?
Yeah.
So what have you bought?
A lot. In the past couple weeks, too much.
So you were telling me about a certain bourbon that we tried to get. I couldn't find it.
So it's Buffalo Trace. That's the distillery, but their entry level bourbon is called Buffalo Trace, and it's like a $30. It's just like the Maker's Mark. It's the same price. Yeah. It's the same quality, but it's a little bit better. Their thing is they're very like sweet.
Right. Okay.
A lot of bourbons, like the idea is they have different flavors and stuff going on, and it's like a journey when you take a sip of bourbon. That's the idea.
Yes. Yeah.
With Buffalo Trace, it's just sweet and smooth and easy, and that's what people like.
Right.
But the problem is the distillery like artificially makes their bourbon hard to get by just not
like
making enough.
So it's like
or the demand, they just can never catch up to it. But
like hype beast bourbon.
I told you I was like trying to find Buffalo Trace for this, but and I knew it. I was like, you're not going to. So otherwise, Maker's Mark or Woodford.
Yeah. You didn't tell me. You didn't tell me that part though. I went there and I was like Buffalo Trace. I said that
because I knew you. Yeah.
I said Buffalo Trace, and she was like, no.
She was so pissed.
I was like, damn, he's gonna be mad.
If any of you out there don't know anything about bourbon, but for whatever reason you hate the one of the salespeople at your local liquor store, just walk in and ask for Blanton's. You'll piss him off.
What's Blanton's?
It's another part of Buffalo Trace, but it's like it was in John Wick. You know when he has that? It's like a grenade-looking bottle by his night. It's a very obscure scene. You wouldn't remember.
No, I haven't seen John Wick.
It's a bottle that looks like a grenade. It's like this glass, like grenade-shaped bottle.
Okay.
It's made by Buffalo Trace. Yes, but it's very hard to. But it's very hard to find. You could probably type in Blanton's and then John Wick, and it'll show the scene. But this is all Buffalo Trace's stuff. $140, $140, $150. It doesn't cost that much. It's actually like a $70 bottle, but you'll never find it in a store, basically.
Really?
And if you go into a store and ask for it, you'll be the 20th person that day, and the liquor store owner is going to be pissed at you.
They're going to be mad.
Yeah, so there he is.
That is so funny. I've been in. I'm really into I get into retro video games a lot. I like people that go and look for in Pokemon cards. I think Pokemon cards kind of at the same realm. Like you'll go to a Pokemon store and they'll have video games and vice versa.
Yeah.
There's a YouTuber that my fiance and I've been watching. What the fuck is his name? I can't remember his name. Deep Pocket Monster. Have you ever heard of him?
I haven't. I bet my buddy Anthony has. He watches a lot
for
of
sure
kind of
he
stuff,
has.
Vintage video game stuff.
Yeah. Well, he's a Pokemon guy.
Oh, okay.
Pokemon guy. He goes around and he tries to finish a set in a certain amount of time.
Oh, okay.
So 151, he goes to a Pokemon convention and tries to complete the set in 151 minutes. The very kid friendly YouTuber, but like
that
still
stuff's fun. Like that's
fun.
That's a good concept that's really engaging like throughout the video.
Yeah.
So like a lot of the bourbon channels I watch, it's just like they're like, all right, today we're gonna go drive all over Kansas and see what we can find. And it's like over the course of the whole day traveling like through a dozen liquor stores, they might find one rare bottle at a good price that they've never found before.
Yeah.
But it's also like, I mean, it's like anything. There's all these different distilleries. There's craft distillery. It's a whole thing.
Yeah.
I go through these ADHD phases. That's my current one.
Bourbon. That sounds fun. Are there YouTube? Is there a guy in the bourbon?
Yeah, there is. Yeah. His name's Bruzel. Shout out Bruzel. Yeah. He's cool. He's like this big dude from Alabama.
Can you look up Bruzel?
He's got a great accent. And then the other channel I like is SLB Bourbon. It's like this dad and his son.
Okay.
And they mostly do blind tastings.
Okay.
So he has like a bar behind him with like 400 bottles of bourbon. And they try and that's just the dad's bar. The son also has a ton of bottles.
Has a bar.
And they'll come over and they'll try like different, $10 bottle to $100 bottle or all these different $50 bottles. These guys, I like these guys. These guys are cool.
Okay.
It's a father and son.
That is awesome.
But yeah, they do like blind Buffalo Trace rankings or like blind like best of. So like bourbons that won the best of awards, which is a thing.
Yeah.
They'll test them and see. But yeah.
What was the other guy's name?
Bruzel. Like brew and then ZLE. But
BREWZLE?
And then ZLE, yeah. But
Bruzel.
It's just like anything. That's what's crazy about YouTube these days.
It's insane.
I always tell people, I'm like, bro, if you had a time machine, what you need to do is go back to 2018, whatever your biggest hobby is that you're most passionate about, start a channel then. It would have 500,000 to 1 million subscribers by now. Because 2020, everything exploded. 2020 is when YouTube truly became incredibly saturated, in my opinion. Everybody always said that back in the day, like, oh, you can't start a channel now. It's too saturated. It actually is now.
Yeah.
And like 2020, like there's still ideas that people haven't done, but like it's getting slimmer and slimmer and slimmer.
Yeah.
And it's also not only that, you're just competing with insane YouTube channels. This guy's cool. He's just chill. He just like drives around and tries to find bourbon and stuff.
That's dope.
Funny. But,
and he's fucking crushing it, looks like.
Yeah, he's cool.
400K a video or
But like
whatever.
that's what it is now. It's like golf channels are popping off. All these like dude,
golf.
there's channels of people mowing lawns that are going crazy.
Really?
Yeah. They just like they'll go to like some old woman who her lawn's out of control because she's 90 and can't mow it anymore. And he'll walk up and be like, "You mind if I mow your yard for you?" She's like, "Oh, I don't have any money."
Back here.
He'd be like, "Oh,
He's like,
I'll do it for free,
for free.
ma'am." And then it's this guy,
24 million?
This guy's epic. Yeah, look at the views. And all it is just like sped up of him like taking some absolutely. There's the one I was talking about, that woman. Her tears said it all. My prayers have been answered.
3 weeks ago.
I watched this video 3 weeks ago.
7.3.
This is where YouTube is at now. You can mow a yard and get 7 million views. You want to know how many YouTube videos I've had in my life get over 7 million views? I think like 1 or 2.
Very into this video to see.
I think I have 7 million views total on my channel.
And seeing her brand new yard.
It's just crazy. It's out of control, this YouTube stuff.
No, that is wild.
And it's also like you're competing with so much insane stuff.
Yeah.
Like think about it. Like if I upload a video, just Call of Duty funny moments, but I upload the same day Mr. Beast uploads his video. My stupid Call of Duty video, I like recorded in like 5-6 hours or whatever. Like, yeah, sure. I think it's a good video and I'm happy with what I put out.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, Mr. Beast spent $4 million.
Exactly. Yeah.
When a whole production team with 300 cameras.
Right.
And it's like, all right, well, let's hope people choose my video. Like, I don't know.
Wait,
that's how it feels on YouTube these days, man.
Do you notice like when a Mr. Beast or a fucking Who's the Boss or whatever, like when they upload, do you notice a dip?
It depends. If you looked at it and you really had like the data of like every time you would upload a video where Mr. Beast had uploaded within like 6 hours of your video, I bet you every graph would have a dip. Every single one.
Really?
He's that big. Every single one.
Holy shit. I was wondering if it was a dip or if it would be a boost. Because like of the rec
closer if you can, by the way.
Oh yeah, sorry.
Because of like because of like the recommended videos and stuff like that? Or do you think they're so heavy that...
I mean, maybe it's like if someone's like a super fan of you and then they chose to watch Mr. Beast's video and then yours was recommended, maybe, but I don't know. It's just...
But if you're in a hotel room not signed in and you look at the YouTube homepage, it's Mr. Beast. Yeah. Fucking... Do you... So... You're one of the few YouTubers that I've had on that was around during Subbox days, then Adpocalypse, then Algorithm days. Mm-hmm. And I would say you haven't evolved. You just kind of plowed through it from the outside looking in. So
I mean, I evolve a little bit. Like I change up how, like back when I started YouTube, every video was like 3 minutes. That was like the standard.
Okay.
You would upload like a 3 or 4 minute video.
Right.
And the reason for that was partially because people had terrible internet and that's all they could upload. I remember back in the day, I would upload a 3.5 minute video. The file size would be like 400 megabytes. It would take me all day.
What?
I would start my upload at like 7 a.m., go to my school, like college.
Right.
And then, I would go to work and then I would come back 8 hours later and be like, please tell me it went up. And then I would look and be like, my internet crashed 6 hours in and I'll try again tomorrow.
Oh my God.
But yeah, back then the meta was like 3.5 videos. Like C-Nanners had it perfect back then.
Yeah.
You remember he did like all the Gmod stuff. All of his videos were like 3.5 minutes. And then mid-rolls got introduced. Now all of a sudden everything's 10 minutes.
Yeah.
And then in like 2014, 15, 16, during like the GTA kind of craze, you saw a lot of people streaming and then letting the stream turn into a VOD and those going crazy. So like, do you remember Hike Plays? I think is his name. Hike.
No.
I don't remember his name. I don't remember it. Him, Typical Gamer, a lot of those guys.
Yeah.
They were blowing up and all they were doing. Yeah. See, 10 years ago, it's a 2-hour stream.
10 years ago.
This was a meta for a while. Back in 2014, 2015, it was all watch time. So the longer the video, the more it got pushed in YouTube algorithm.
Okay.
Like you go look. Yeah, like all those, some of them, but
yeah, I mean, yeah, 4 hours, and then
back in the day though, that was like
how the fuck
that was the meta then for a bit.
Matt and I talk about this all the time. How the fuck are there people out there that I've never even heard of that have this level of?
Yeah, I'm not trying to roast my boy Hike here. I have no affiliate. I think he's, as the kids say, fallen off a little bit.
Yeah,
and that he's done well. I'm not trying to shit on my boy, but I'm just saying,
of people have
these things happen.
Yeah.
But that was a meta for a while. It was like 2-hour stream VODs, and people went crazy doing that. And then the Adpocalypse stuff happened, which, looking back on it now, is actually a good thing.
You think so?
YouTubers making more money now than they would have had it not happen, for sure.
Okay.
YouTube is like one of the best places on the internet to advertise, and it's because the Adpocalypse forced them to like implement the demonetization system and the the AI that checks your video for monetization.
Right.
It's all annoying as a YouTuber, but if you can just figure out the guidelines and follow them, and maybe I get a little bit of benefit because I have contacts at YouTube and I don't really have these issues too often, but I know the guidelines exactly to a T and I try to follow them as close as I can. And if you do that, the monetization now is better than it was then.
I got to say, there's probably a lot of people watching or that are listening to you talk that don't care about any of this, but there also are a little bit of people that are probably surprised of how in the weeds you are. Because I didn't realize, I've talked to a lot of YouTubers at this point, and a lot of people are just like, yeah, just do whatever, and like it works.
I mean, I do just do whatever, but like I pay attention to like the overall platform. So like I've made a change recently in the past like year. I noticed that YouTube is very big on watch time again.
Okay.
And it's because one of the most growing forms of YouTube being viewed now is TV. It used to be YouTube was like 80% mobile, 10% desktop, and then like a few percentage points of like TV, consoles, and stuff like that. Now that has shifted, and now TV I think is up to like 40 or 50% of where people watch YouTube.
I mean, I guess it makes sense. I
and
watch a lot.
Because of that, people watch it and they expect like they want to see a TV show. That's what they want to watch.
Okay.
And so that's why like Mr. Beast, he basically makes a TV show every video. It's a 20 to 30 minute video with a narrative and a following, and like it's all studio produced.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And so I noticed that like a year ago, I was like, oh, the views are kind of starting to dip. I'm like, what's going on? Let me take a look here. And I noticed that every video that was like 30 plus minutes long, almost all of them had more views than videos that were like 10 to 15 minutes long.
Wow.
And I'm like, okay, is that just a coincidence? Like, let me look at what the videos are. And it's like, no, it's just like Call of Duty videos. Like, okay, let me try it. Then I uploaded a video that was like Modern Warfare 3 or something. I was like using these model shotguns. I was like making people rage for an hour straight.
Right.
It took me like 8 to 10 hours to get all the footage to make like a highly edited video that was an hour long.
Right.
And that video crushed.
Wow.
And it was like, so I was like, okay, let me upload half as much, but twice as long.
Yeah.
And that's kind of a change that I've made. But for the most part, I don't change my approach because I always tell people I hate making videos. I don't like to like, let me come up with a concept.
Right.
Let me like almost script it out. Let me like go through and like make sure it has a narrative structure. I just like to record footage. I just like to play games and record and see what happens because I like my favorite moments on YouTube that I watch, my favorite moments on YouTube that I've made are just like organic.
Yeah.
They weren't planned.
Okay.
Just someone did something funny or something crazy happened. Those are my favorite moments. And that's what I try to like, that's what I want my content to be.
That's mad interesting. Do you still have inspiration when it comes to YouTube or you
so
got your own thing?
That's so like now I also try to make sure every video has a purpose. Okay. Right. So like if you went back like 3, 4, or 5 years ago with Call of Duty, it would just be Call of Duty funny moments. It was just like, there would be there would not be a theme, but there would be like one clip in the video that was like probably the funniest, and that's what I would title and thumbnail it.
Yeah.
Now it's like, okay, I can't just do that. Like people don't. It just feels the same. It feels like you're watching the same video over and over. So now it's like, okay, I'm uploading half as much. So let's make sure each video has a purpose.
Okay.
So now it's like with Black Ops 6, I didn't upload a video like last week because I was waiting, and now season 2 or whatever came out. So now I've been recording like 6 hours of footage for a season 2 update video, all relating to that kind of stuff. Or like the Fireboys one that I was talking about. I was like, okay, I could do this just as a random session, or what if I just make the whole video themed around this? That's kind of like, so like there's still that aspect of it, but I don't do like the.
So why is that not making a video though? You said you don't like making videos, but then you'll theme a whole video around the Fireboys.
I mean, it is making a video, but it's also like, I don't know. I don't want to force anything. I don't know how to explain it. I don't like.
You don't want to make a.
I don't want to do like the Mr. Beast of like, okay, let me cut, or like the.
We grabbed 80 people and shot them with trying
to complete Pokemon 151 in 151 hours.
I get you. Okay,
like
I get you.
That kind of stuff. Like for Call of Duty, it would be like winning 100 games only using this gun or something like that.
Right.
Like I have a million of those ideas. I don't think those ideas are like hard to come up with.
They're definitely not.
They don't click with me. I don't like doing that.
Yeah.
Because I get sidetracked and bored. Instead, give me like a track to go down, like a little bit of structure,
right?
But then let me just kind of run loose with like my friends, and that's kind of
and
it's kind of how it has to be, and so like now on YouTube with like random Steam games, it's like as long as it's focused on one game and that game has a good premise.
Yeah. So does it turn you off when you see videos like that, or do you enjoy watching them?
No, I enjoy watching them. I just can't replicate it. I can't. I don't know. I have to be super excited about whatever I'm doing, and something about that just doesn't. I don't know, it doesn't click with me. I don't know why.
Yeah, no, I get that. Is there a we talked about it a little bit. You don't like being called a streamer.
I don't really care. It's just something that like annoyed me that like YouTubers have been brushed aside. It's streamers now.
It makes sense.
And it's like, bro, YouTube is still bigger than Twitch by far.
What do you think is like the whenever I think it's like 2018 whenever the switch happened. was there any not even just you don't even have to speak just for you, but like your group of friends that are all YouTubers, all very successful YouTubers. Did any of you guys ever talk and you were like, what the fuck? Why are they getting all the hype?
Wouldn't, yeah, I mean, yes, but we're also all old enough now. Like we've seen it all. I've been doing YouTube for so long. I've seen so many people that in my eyes reached levels that I don't think they deserved or should have, or I think their content sucks. And I used to care about that, but now I don't. People just do what they want. I don't care. Like, and I don't think that about like anybody in particular right now. Although I think Stable Ronaldo and some of those guys might think otherwise. I don't hate those guys. We had that little beef or whatever. I don't hate those guys. It's just, but I've seen all of that of just like, and it doesn't bother me anymore. It's like different stuff's going to get views for whatever reason. It's not really in your control. Just control what you can control. But we definitely also had a lot of thought of like, we should be streaming.
Really?
Like when I give people advice now and like what they should be doing in gaming content creator space.
Yeah.
I'm like, you should be streaming. You should stream for like 2 to 6 hours a day, the higher point of that possible. And while you're streaming with the intent of a YouTube video, like in mind.
Yes.
So you should be like, obviously some of the stream, 2 hours of it can be doing whatever you want, having fun.
Right.
But there should be some sort of structure in there if you're like, okay, I'm streaming, but I'm recording a YouTube video.
Yeah. You kind of, it's like a record the video live.
Yeah. Like the optimal way to do it right now is to stream every day and have that be like your revenue source.
Yeah.
Upload a video on YouTube once a week, once every couple weeks, however long it takes you to make a banger, just an insane video.
Right.
Maybe it's like, oh, I wanted 100% complete this game, but it's going to take 50 hours of playing it.
Yeah.
And then that becomes a YouTube video. You don't care that it's the only video you uploaded in the month and that it's going to make, whatever, not enough to cover your bills for that month.
Yeah.
But it's going to promote growth that'll send people to your stream. And then obviously all the TikToks and shorts and stuff that come from streaming, all that stuff.
Yeah. I think.
But like, I don't take my own advice because I hate streaming. It won't work for me because I don't enjoy it.
Yeah. I think we're very similar in that aspect. I mean, I've kind of been a streamer for, that's where I've gotten the majority of my income. And I don't enjoy it. Like, and I've kind of taken a step back recently because I just don't, there's just something, I don't know if we're similar in this aspect, but it's something about making a YouTube video and making something that
that's 100%. I know what you're saying. That's absolutely what it is.
I can go back when I'm
like behind the scenes crafting this thing that like has all this unknown amount of work and effort put into it. And then I get to present it and see what people think of this thing that I've created. Like, that's so much more satisfying to me than just like, I was live for 3 hours today. A couple parts were pretty funny. Like, I don't know. That just doesn't do anything.
Yeah. Yeah. And like even the funny, even though it's the same thing in the grand scheme of things, it's different. Whereas like if I was live for 5 hours and then I made a YouTube video of the funniest moments of the live stream, it's still so different than making the video. You know what I mean? Like I don't know. It's, there's ways to do it. I mean, I think some people are really, really good at it. I think
that's one aspect where I feel like I'm hurting myself a little bit with YouTube because I feel like you see it everywhere. Like Mr. Beast doesn't upload every day, right?
Right.
Would he be seeing the success he has if he did it? No, there's no way. You can't make that quality of content every single day.
Yeah.
And so it's clear that like the meta on YouTube is to like focus on like an insane video 1 week, 2 weeks, 1 month, whatever. Yeah. But like, I've also like, I have sponsors that I need to keep up with. I have people that I pay. I obviously have a certain amount of money that I want to make or expect to make. Yeah. And that only happens if I'm uploading certain amount of videos. I can't just go 1 month and upload one video.
Yeah.
Because uploading what I upload now, I'll get like 10 million views a month. If I spent the whole month making one video, what happens if that video gets 1 million views? Yeah. Sure, that's more views than any of the videos I uploaded that month otherwise, but like that's 1 million views in a month versus the 10 million.
Yeah,
which is where the streaming would come into play. You can stream every day and that can be your income source to where you're not as worried about what happens with the video. You're just worried about, okay, this video got 1 million views where otherwise it would have got 100,000, which means 900K more people that may have never seen me before.
Right.
Now have seen me and heard of me.
You're also in a unique situation. Do you know how, like, do you ever take a step back and realize how unique it is that you've been doing this for so long?
Yeah. Yes and no. Yeah. I mean, yeah, I'm
uploading multiple times a week for 14 years is crazy.
It just kind of flies by. Yeah. It just kind of flies by, but I don't know.
A lot of people can't do, like, a lot of people don't have, either they don't have the talent or they don't have the motivation or they don't have the friend group or the
tools and infrastructure. Like I wouldn't be able to do it if I didn't have like the editors that I have and the thumbnail artists that I have. And
there's just so much that and luckily like your friend, like the group of streamers that you have and the groups that are adjacent to you, you guys are all in like a really good, like for the most part, it seems from the outside looking in, looks like you guys are all in sync. Well, you do a good job of portraying it.
Not really. No, I mean, for the most part, yes. But like, it's also like we're all in our like 30s now. We all have our own lives that we've carved out the last 15 years. Everyone's going in different directions. We can't all like do what we used to do back then where we were all like in our early 20s, didn't care about a social life, didn't have a job, didn't go to school. All we did was play games all day. And like, I still aspire to do that and loved doing that.
Yeah.
And I try to emulate that as much as I can. But at the end of the day, like I have my wife I have to hang out with. I have my house to take care of. I have, other stuff in the YouTube sphere of just managing emails and sponsors and trips and all that kind of stuff to take care of on the side. So it can't quite work that way. But other people also have different aspirations. Like even Vanoss, like I don't want to speak on his behalf too much, but like he's big into the music stuff right now.
Right.
But he'd be foolish to ignore his YouTube channel. So he still does his YouTube channel, but I would say almost to a part-time type amount. And that's so he can have that time to also work on the music thing, which he's more passionate about because in his eyes, he's like, I beat YouTube. I beat YouTube 8 years ago. I was like the biggest gaming creator. I got all the views. I got all the money. I got all the accolades, whatever. It doesn't drive him as much.
Yeah. Do you ever think it's, do you guys think your group, and also the crew and Smitty's crew and that whole realm of YouTube, do you guys think you are respected enough? Or do you think you're as far, not as
I don't think I am, but I also don't care. Like I've never won any award. I've never been nominated for any award. I've never nobody really thinks of me as like a YouTuber that's been doing it that long or like, or also like I'll see a lot of YouTubers and stuff that are like popping these days. And then you'll look and you'll be like, okay, their lifetime views is like 500 million. I'm like, well, I have 3 billion.
Yeah.
But like, I don't, you notice this stuff, but I don't really care. Like I've gotten past that. Like I've gotten everything I want out of what I've done with YouTube and I don't like seek that kind of validation, but there was definitely like when I was younger, for sure. I was like, I'm doing cool shit, man.
Right.
I'm funny. People should appreciate it. But
when I first met Marcel and I met him in 2020 and then I played a few games with you guys he was like, yo, play Call of Duty. I played with Call of Duty with a bunch of people I have for a long time. I met you and I was like, wait, I thought, and then I was telling Marcel this, I was like, I thought that Wildcat was the guy. Like I thought it was the Wildcat crew. I thought you guys, and I've never even heard of it, which is so weird because I've been in Call of Duty since 2010, but I've been on the competitive side or the sniping side. You guys are weirdly in the middle of that. And as I'm learning more about the crew and the Vanoss crew and that whole side of YouTube, I'm like, how the fuck are people not talking about this more? And I don't know if that's just me on the outside looking in.
No, I mean, I've thought of this stuff too, but like I said, ultimately, like it doesn't keep me up at night. Like, I don't care, but it's also like
people talk about PewDiePie. People
like me and my friends did some really cool shit, and it's like I feel like we don't get talked about too much. But then I also like, I don't know if maybe you get it in your algorithm. I obviously do because I'm literally part of it. But like on TikTok, I'll see like all these nostalgic like Vanoss Crew posts. Like that shit makes me feel really good. Of like how much it meant to people that watched it back then. Maybe they don't even watch anymore. Maybe they do. But just the fact that like at least for those people, it was a big deal. And like that matters more. And also I think part of it is like it makes me a little more approachable to like new people I meet too, like in the industry. Like I'll play Among Us with like a group and there will be some new person join that I've never heard of. I don't know what size they are. Maybe they're a small creator, maybe not, but like they don't know who I am either. They have no idea whether I'm a big creator, small creator, whatever. And it's kind of nice to like meet in that kind of environment.
The coolest part
about everything went so broad at the same time that we got big right as everything went broad. So it was like we had like a small window where like me and my group of friends were like kind of the big deal on YouTube, and then it went crazy. Yeah. And that was really like basically just kind of the first year of like GTA. After that, everything went crazy. I think that's something like as an insider opinion. Meeting you and Marcel and Scotty. I played a few games with Scotty and Moo. He's playing some of my tournaments and stuff. Like you guys are all huge, but you don't have ego. Like you guys are just. You guys just at the end of the day, we just made like a lot of dick jokes and like it's like
no, and a lot of people like dick jokes.
Yeah, I don't know. It's like we all kind of fell ass backwards into this whole thing. So it's like, why have an ego about it? Now, like I said, you can find clips and videos and stuff when I was younger of me like hating on other people that were bigger than me that I felt I was better than. But that was just
that all happens.
That was all just being young and insecure and like wishing people cared more about what I was doing. But no, it's not. We just play games and I don't know. Yeah. I'd like to think obviously we're funny, but
what's your relationship like with nostalgia? Because
I think it's healthy because I think some people can get really trapped in like nostalgia. But I'd be lying if I said there aren't some times where I'm like, I think of like some of the good old days and like, I'm like, man, bro, I wish I appreciated it more when I was there. Like even like the Fortnite year, like 2018, that's like 6 years ago now. I'm starting to get a little nostalgic about that. I'm like, man, that was so good. And I did appreciate it at the time, but it was like, I don't know. I just, in my head at that time, I felt like it was going to be like that forever and how quickly it just kind of went away.
Yeah.
And I'm like craving that kind of feeling again of like a game that captures me, but also captures the world again.
Yeah.
And then obviously like the GTA days. And I'm also trying to keep myself kind of grounded in that. Like, I'm not expecting GTA 6 to be GTA as good
5.
As my nostalgic self feels about GTA 5.
Yeah, I get that.
I'm keeping expectations low. I don't have any expectations of me and my friends like popping up. In my head, the game's going to come out. Our videos are going to go crazy for like a week or two, and then it's going to be pretty much back to normal. That's like in my head, that's my expectation.
Yeah.
And I'm kind of keeping it.
And if it's better than that, then sure.
If it's better, cool. If it's worse, honestly, whatever.
Yeah. Well, I'll play Black Ops 12 and we'll.
Probably not. No.
Yeah. I think with myself, with how Optic is and you know, my fiance hit 2 million subs on YouTube in like 2011.
Oh, hell yeah.
So whenever someone notices either one of us.
2 million subs in 2011?
Like a long time ago. Like a long time.
2 million subs in 2011 is insane.
I think it was even
if it's
2014,
2 or 3 years plus or minus, that's crazy.
She was very, very,
I
very
hit 1 million in 2014. That's when I hit 1 million.
Yeah. She was very early. But she's in the beauty world. Yeah. And so, and her and I have kind of gone through a sometimes not healthy, and now we're getting to a healthier part when it comes to nostalgia, because anytime anyone noticed us or recognized us, it was always like, I used to watch you guys all the time.
That's all I get now.
I was wondering. Now, I used to watch you. Oh man.
And even those like nostalgia TikToks, you'll see people like, man, what are they up to
they
now? I remember watching them. And I'm like, bro, I'm
still
doing stuff. Which I don't expect everyone to watch me and my friends forever. Like people move on, they get different hobbies and whatnot. But yeah. I get that all the time though. Especially in person. I get that all the time. People get super stoked to see me because they're like, bro, I used to watch you when I was in like middle school.
Right. Yeah.
And that's first started happening like 4 or 5 years ago, like 2020. And back then it like blew my mind because like, you used to watch me. I'm like, bro, I just started doing this stuff not too long ago.
Yeah.
I was like, what do you mean? And then I think in my head, okay, they mean like 2014, 2013. That was 6-7 years ago. This kid's 21. That means he was 15 or 14.
Right.
It's like, you were a kid.
That makes sense. So much happens in those years. Yeah. When you hit 25 and 25 to 30 doesn't seem like that crazy.
No.
But 15 to 10.
Yeah. I just like
everything happens.
Some dude walks up to me in a full beard and he's like, I used to watch you when I was a kid. I'm like, what do you mean, bro? Then I do the math. I'm like, oh, well.
Yeah. And it kind of used to bother me a little bit. I don't know if it ever bothered you.
No, it's never bothered me. It honestly makes me feel good. It just makes me feel like I'm lucky to still be doing it.
Right.
Still doing it to the level that I am. And that like it meant a lot to people back then.
Yeah. It's a crazy little job. Crazy little job.
Not anything I ever expected.
Yeah.
And like that was another thing, a reason why I guess like I feel like it never like got too in our heads. It's just because it was just we would have done it anyway. But like it just all happened in a way that was just no one predicted it, no one tried, no one expected it. It just all of a sudden 2 years go by and you're like, okay, we all have 1 million subs now. And like it was, I don't know, it was crazy.
Yeah. There's one of the first videos I saw, I forgot if I was studying up for Marcel or Puffer. Damn, this drink is hitting me.
It's pretty strong.
It's pretty strong.
It's like 40 proof. It's like 60 proof. It's like 30% alcohol.
But you guys actually have your own, you know, those YouTube videos where it's like best-selling games throughout the year and it's like the graphs.
The evolution of the Vanoss Crew or Vanoss Crew subscriber count.
The subscriber count. I watched the whole thing. Well, those videos are just mesmerizing in the first place, but I was like, holy shit, I'm kind of curious because like I said, I'm kind of like learning about you guys in retrospect. And it's wild.
Yeah.
It's who was the first guy? There's one guy with a lot, and then you and Vanoss and everybody is I can't remember.
Of our group, no, it was always Evan, but I mean, there was other creators. I'm trying to think. I don't know.
Maybe it was before. Maybe the video was even after the Black Ops 1 video you were telling me about. Like if it started and he had 30K view like subs or something like that.
I don't know. I just know Evan was the one that grew the first. Like I remember Evan, we all had like 20, 30, 40 subs.
Yeah.
And then he went on some commentator like community thing. And then he got like 300 subs that day. We're like,
holy shit.
We're like, holy shit. And then he did a remix of White Boy 7th Street.
Okay.
You got to find this video if you can find it. It's White Boy 7th Street, like he was on a live stream, but it's just like him raging and like talking shit to people. He's like, oh, it doesn't matter what your name is, like talking to some guy. And Evan turned that into like this remix song. Like Evan produced the whole music.
Okay.
Yeah. And White Boy 7th Street found it and loved it and like re-uploaded it and promoted Evan. And Evan gained like 12,000 subscribers in like 2 days.
What?
Because at that time, White Boy 7th Street was like the biggest COD YouTuber on the planet. He had multiple millions of subs.
Yeah.
He re-uploaded that. Yeah. Evan gained like 12,000 subs that day.
Holy shit.
It was insane. Back then, yeah, this video.
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. The official music video. It's so dumb, but yeah, this video gained him like 12K subs.
Oh, yep.
This is like lagging. Do you see it? I don't know why it's lagging.
Oh, it is lagging so bad.
But you can hear White Boy 7, ladies and gentlemen. And then eventually White Boy 7th Street is like on the screen.
I like you. What's your name? It doesn't.
This video like was one of the first things that blew Evan up back then. Jabroni.
Wow.
And then he started doing these edits for other creators too that were like bigger at the time.
Yeah.
But this was like the big first, like big break of anyone in the group. And it was literally like 12K subs overnight, which back then was mine. That's not even possible these days.
Yeah.
There is no
it's not possible.
Mr. Beast could like hold a gun to the viewer's head and say, subscribe to Wildcat. I would gain maybe 300 subs. It just doesn't work that way anymore.
Yeah. I remember before like that. Yeah. Because it has to do with like the algorithm or something. Or actually, people don't sub
just
to
subscribing.
people.
Yeah, people just don't sub because if they watch your content, they're going to get fed it over and over anyway. And even I do that now. I use the homepage and stuff. But I try to be intentional. Like, I'm like, all right, I've watched a handful of this guy's video. I'm going to subscribe now. And maybe I don't watch his videos for a bit because the ADHD where I move on to a different topic.
Yes.
But yeah, that's the main thing.
Yeah.
Sub growth on YouTube right now is brutal, especially for a channel like mine, where it's like I have subs that have been subs for a decade that YouTube eventually like flushes away from your channel.
Right.
Trying to combat that all the time is like impossible.
Yeah, like how do I get back into
It's so bad. This is funny. It's sad, but it's funny.
Yeah.
I get people congratulating me on hitting 8 million subs because the number dipped back from 8.1 back to 8. People think that I went from 7.9 to 8.
Well, you went from 8.2 to 7.9 back to 8.
Yeah. And it cracks me up. I'll see it on a video. Congrats on 8 million. I'm like, yeah, man, that was sick when I did that in 2021 or whenever it was. But it's like sub growth is like impossible on YouTube. For a channel that's older like mine, it's really hard.
Do you think that in order to grow, I don't know if this is an egotistical question. We're just gonna like knock on that ego door. But do you think in order to grow nowadays you have to collaborate with the up and comers? Because I saw Ninja playing with Ronaldo and he got a little bit of notoriety. He's like, yeah, Ninja's still cool. You took the opposite approach and you started a fight with them.
I didn't try to start a fight with him. Okay, we'll talk about it. We'll get into it. I didn't try to start a fight with him. Okay, what happens is Twitter is the most annoying platform in the world. We all know this. It's so annoying. And every day I would get on and I see these accounts. I think one of them's like Feared Buck or whatever. I don't know.
Fear Buck. Yeah.
There's like
I've
all these
heard of
accounts and they just
Heard
like,
of the
I
account.
think they're paid. Honestly, I don't know. That's
They
maybe
might be
me
AI.
That might be me with a tinfoil hat. But they repost all the biggest streamers all the time. And most of the time, it's not anything interesting. It's not funny.
Yeah.
It's not a good clip. It's not like worthy of going viral. But for whatever reason, it does. And I had literally just gotten back from Japan. I flew to Japan, flew back. It was a great vacation. 13-hour flight. I landed in Chicago. The first thing I see on my phone after sitting down at the restaurant, like, because we had like a 3-hour overlay, I'm swiping through Twitter and I see this clip of like Jason the Ween or whatever. They're like, I can't believe Jason the Ween did this. And it's him and FaZe Rug at a hot dog stand in LA. And this Mexican woman is making a hot dog. And he goes and he turns to her. El Glizzy is what he says. And that was the clip. And I'm like, that should not go viral. That's not funny. It's not funny. You're just belittling this Mexican woman making a hot dog. And so I was just roasting mostly just that clip was going viral. I don't know Jason the Ween. I actually know Cristiano Ronaldo a little bit.
Yeah.
I don't have any beef. Like I said, I've gotten to the point where I don't care. Other people, they're going to do things that I don't think is entertaining and
Right.
pop off and do well. And that's fine. That's always been the case for the entirety of the time that I've done YouTube.
Right.
But these accounts on Twitter that repost this stuff, it's so dumb. It's just
So
so
you were
dumb.
more beefing with the account.
Truly, it was just that clip was stupid that it was reposted from not them
Right.
and going viral for no reason. I'm like, it's just not, it's just dumb. And my tweet was like, I'm so sick of getting on Twitter every day and seeing FaZe pee pee poo poo go viral. Cause I was like, there's a new FaZe member every day, it seems.
Right. Yeah.
There was like Ronaldo, Lacey, Jason the Ween, every day. This is how it felt. And yeah, they took that very personally, which truly I wasn't intending it to be a personal attack.
Right.
But I will double down and say I've seen some Jason the Wing compilations. And I didn't crack a smile, bro. I'm gonna be honest. You do you have fun, bro. But I'm just saying, I'm not the demographic. I get that. I'm unk. I understand.
It's funny because I saw a clip of again, while all that was going on, I saw a clip of Ronaldo talking about it, and he's like, "Man, I fucking watched these guys growing
Dude,
up."
I actually think Ronaldo's funny. I truly do.
Yeah.
He's done some dumb shit. All these IRL streamers do. Like I've seen him like speeding in a Porsche in like a 35-mile-an-hour zone. It's like, bro, just stop being a dumbass on
Right.
stream. It's like that's stupid.
Yeah.
But like for the most part, it's like I think they're pretty funny. Like they do some funny stuff.
Yeah.
But I also think like when you're going live as an IRL streamer for 8 hours a day, not everything's clippable.
Yeah.
El Glizzy, I don't think is clippable. I'm sorry. That's just my take. That's my take, you know? And if you're upset about it, that's fine. That was it. I truly don't have I don't hate those guys at all.
Right.
And it is a whole new generation too that like
It is
kind of making content for people that I could never reach because our sense of humor just don't line up.
But your sense of humors don't line up now. I feel like when you were 15 years ago or 10 years
I was
ago,
doing some stupid shit.
you
that
were
I don't think
doing
is funny
stupid
now.
shit.
Yeah.
And they're doing that now because that's their age group. And I think I saw Ronaldo say something about it, and he was like, I used to watch this, and he pulled up a Vanoss video, and it was like
he pulled up a pun cake thing.
Yeah, what is that? I don't know what that is.
Listen, bro, I'm just telling you, he pulled it up. You can't watch that without smiling, bro. That was a banger.
Oh, so you're doubling down.
I'm doubling down. That was a banger. That was better.
That was better than El Glizzy.
That was better than El Glizzy.
Pancake first El Glizzy.
And that was one of my tweets too in reply or something like that. And I was like, it was something like, you're just jealous you didn't think of El Glizzy first. And I replied, I was like, I did, but better. Pancake 10 years ago or whatever. I was like, it's just a joke. But that's half of how I interact with Twitter these days too, because it's super toxic. Yeah, he said El Glizzy. I said, stop, dude. I'm mad because I fell off. He goes, does it bother you that you didn't come up with El Glizzy first? I said, no, because I came up with Pancake 26 years ago.
Wait, is this him?
No, this is it. This is
just
Mike.
a random guy.
Yeah, this is Mike.
Do you know who Mike is?
I do know who Mike is. Yeah.
Okay. That's so funny. Yes, bro, I'm a hater. Every day I get on Twitter and see 6 different Twitter accounts posted by the same 3-second clip from a 30-hour stream because FaZe pee pee poo poo got a haircut today or bought a hot dog.
44K likes. People resonated with my thing. I'm not a hater of them specifically.
He liked it. Matt liked it.
I don't hate them specifically. I just thought that was dumb. And he's like, bro, you just sound like a hater. I'm like, yeah, I hated what I just saw. I hated it.
Who did you watch before you started doing YouTube? Was there a guy?
Yeah, like I said earlier, Syndicate and Ali were like 2 of the first really that I watched.
So
it was purely just zombies. It was a whole different landscape back then though.
Could you imagine Ali being like, these new kids are just making funny videos? Fuck these guys.
That did happen though. That happened so many, not from Ali, but from other people. Only Use Me Blade used to talk shit about me. He hated me and my friends. Yeah. He said that we would just like fake laugh at shit that wasn't funny in GTA, which to be fair, we didn't fake laugh, but the stuff we were laughing at wasn't as funny as we were laughing at.
I mean, a big part of you guys is you guys all have very funny laughs.
Like Wings of Redemption was the same way too. I actually now have some interactions with Wings. I love, dude, Jordy Jordan, man. That's my guy.
Like him?
That's my guy. That's my guy. I'm rooting for him.
Hey, also, I hope Blade's doing okay. I know he's had a rough go of it.
He said some mean shit, bro.
Fucking, I'll fake
I hope he's all right. Hopefully, I can't be saying things that I want to say, bro. I'm not going.
Yeah, don't worry about it. It's a drink show where you can cut
I think his leg is like falling off. I hope that doesn't happen. Is what I'm saying.
What?
Yeah, he's got like legs falling off because he drinks Jägermeister. It's like sweet alcohol. He's got like crazy diabetes issues.
Oh no.
but he can't get rid of it because he's an alcoholic and he's like drinking nonstop.
That's a dilemma.
So I'm hoping
that he gets off the Jaeger.
Yeah.
And he gets his leg back.
So he keeps his leg.
I get you.
Yeah.
I get you. It makes sense
It's a
to me.
nice thing I'm saying. What?
I hear the words. I don't feel the words.
It's compassion.
We talked a little bit about it, but I asked one of the first thing I asked Marcel, because we had just started talking about it before he got on. But I asked him how he felt about being called the Vanoss Crew and what his relationship was like with being behind the lead singer, quote unquote. And he had
You're walking on some sketchy territory.
Am I?
A little bit. A little bit.
He
Continue,
said
sorry.
he gave me a nice answer, and I think it was bullshit, but he gave me a nice answer. And it was basically like, it's just, we didn't want to be called that. I don't even think Evan wanted us to call it that, but that's just what it ended up being. And so whatever.
Yeah, we honestly probably missed the mark by not coming up with a name like the Sidemen or the Crew or something. Like there was a whole lot of branding there that like we all could have pitched into and benefited from. But I don't really care. It never bothered me that people would call us the Vanoss Crew or that he was like them, because he was. Yeah. Realistically, what happened was we were all a bunch of personalities, and his channel was the ultimate culmination of those personalities in the best produced videos of the group. Okay. He had the best editing. He had all the perspectives, and we would all go into one video. And that's truly why we all grew the way we did. Now, it does bother me a little bit that when I get on COD every now and then, someone will go, Vanoss made you, bro. Vanoss carried you. And I'm like, did Vanoss make me? Or maybe I made him a little bit. Maybe just a little bit. Would he be where he was without me? Maybe. We don't know.
Maybe I was in the videos that made him.
Maybe. That's just my comeback to those guys. But yeah, I would never say that to Evan. Right. Daddy Evan, I would never do that. But the reason I said you're walking a thin line is because I remember Mini Lad had a lot of beef with that. He hated that. He hated being labeled like a side character. He hated that and like broke away from our group because of that. And I always disagree with that. I thought that was dumb. Yeah. Because like one of the YouTube rewinds, Vanoss made it in the YouTube rewind. Okay. And I thought that was sick. I thought it was cool. In a way, that was all of us making it in the rewind, in my opinion. Like that was us all getting recognition from all of YouTube. Right. It was cool.
It was your corner, like I was just saying earlier, your corner of the internet.
I think he didn't like that.
He wanted to be in it.
Yeah,
himself.
I don't know. But like,
yeah, I can imagine. I mean, it's a tough thing. It doesn't seem like from the outside looking in, it doesn't seem like it would be a tough thing, but like, it's got to be tough.
Evan also doesn't have that view either. He also does not think that like without the group of friends he has that he would be where he is. Like it was just a perfect storm of just
which is also
the
important.
Right people, the right time, doing the right thing with the right guy leading. Like truly.
Right.
So,
and I think those types of personalities are necessary. Yeah. Like I don't think Speedy would have like, is Speedy the top guy in the crew? I think he is, right? Yeah. I don't think the crew, I don't think he would be, I don't think if his, opinion was without me, there's no crew, the crew would still be around. Or if KSI or Vicstar is like, without me, there's no Sidemen. Like then the Sidemen wouldn't be around. I just assume that like, it's gotta be a respect thing. It's at the end of the day, it's a fucking friend group.
Yeah. I don't have any beef with it. And also I've still shifted away from the group a little bit in some ways of just like, when Fortnite came out, those guys didn't really play it. I was obsessed. Yeah. And so there was like a year where they would like make videos without me and joke that like, Tyler's not here, he's playing Fortnite. Right. And like, that's fine. That's what I was doing, which was good for me and okay for them. Like I wasn't there in the videos, but they still had people to play with. They were still making their content, but I was having fun doing my thing, which also kind of helped. Right. Like now I feel like I have a healthy balance of like, because like you said, when you talked to Marcel, you thought like I was the main guy. Right. And that's probably because when him and I for a bit were like doing Call of Duty stuff or whatever, like we weren't really like when I play Call of Duty, Evan's never there. He doesn't play really ever. Right. And so in fact in 2019, Modern Warfare 2019, a lot of my videos were popping off then. I was getting like 1 million or 2 million views per video then. It was going crazy. And someone recognized us in game and they literally go, well, if it isn't Wildcat and the Pussy Party. That's what they said. So I made a t-shirt of it. It was a pig and then a bunch of kittens. And that's what we were for a bit. So it was like, like Vanoss wasn't even in the picture then. It was Wildcat and the Pussy Party. So yeah, it's just, I don't know. I don't take offense to it. I don't care.
Yeah. I mean, I think you have to have enough ego and not too much ego in order to.
Yeah, it is
make
like,
shit like
I was
this
a
work.
big part of it. And so I can take some credit in that,
Right.
but also like, yeah, we wouldn't, like I said, that him making that remix might have been the biggest catalyst in all of our success.
Yeah.
Truly.
Right.
Truly. Because like he went from literally basically no one to like back then having over 10K
10,000
subs was
is
a big
insane.
deal. In 2011, 2012, that was a
Right.
big deal.
Yeah. I remember I had a little, my start in YouTube was like a little community channel in 2013 and it got 400 subs. And I was like,
I remember my initial goal was like 200 or 500 subs or whatever, and I uploaded a video when I hit that, and I was like, this is all I ever wanted from YouTube. Like the fact that I could upload a video and like several hundred people would watch it was crazy to me. That
Yeah.
was like my initial goal. And then I also remember like during Black Ops 2, me and a bunch of other people, we would make our clan tag our subscriber count. We were so stoked on it. I remember when it was like 7K, and then I got to put 8, and it was badass.
you're like,
Yeah.
fuck yeah.
I was like, yeah, you know who I am, dude? 8,000 subs.
8,000 subs. You better recognize. That's so good. That is incredible. So you've tried a bunch of different things too. You've tried a vlog channel. You've tried a shorts channel. You've tried a podcast. How did you like any of those things more than YouTube?
Yes and no. It's very much like my ADHD thing. Like
Right.
the podcast is fun because it's like, I don't know, it's just like you get to have real conversations with people outside of what you would ever talk about, like in video content that people get to see. It's like it's like a nice middle ground between like personal conversations you would have with a person, content that only makes it into like highly edited videos, and then like in between that like people don't get access to, and you get to give them that access. And like that was kind of fun, but candidly, I don't think I'm good at podcasts. So we'll see what people say about this one. But
I think you're good.
I'm not very good at like taking my thoughts here and articulating them very well. I'm truly not. And I don't. So like that was kind of like, it wasn't as satisfying for me doing the podcast. I might bring it back because people have been like bugging me about it.
I can imagine people.
They're like, bro, I've watched every episode 4 times now. They're like, please make a new one. And I'm like, okay, maybe I will. The vlog stuff was super, super fun, but so much work.
Yeah.
Because in my the philosophy I had for the vlogs was, let me vlog for like a month, and what would have been a vlog each week will become a vlog that month of like everything. So like combining what could have been like 4 vlogs into one, basically.
Right.
It's like
Yeah,
I would go do one thing that was vlog worthy, and that would be 2 minutes of a vlog. I would go do another thing that was vlog, that'd be 3 to 4 minutes.
And this is also, I know.
And I've still been vlogging stuff. I just
Really?
haven't posted it.
You
Yeah.
haven't
I
posted
vlogged like my wedding, my Japan trip. I did some crazy shit with Whistling Diesel and Jake Paul.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What the hell?
We melted a car of mine with a jet engine.
How do you, what?
Yeah.
Is that out there?
Well, Jake Paul posted it. It's on his channel, but yeah, I have a lot of other footage of it.
What the fuck?
I had a Buick station wagon that we chopped the top off of, and it was a convertible, and it was time for that car to go. So I took it to Cody's house. We like did a demo derby with it. Basically, I destroyed it, and then we burnt it with the jet engine he has attached to his monster truck. This sounds like GTA, but it's all real.
What the fuck?
Yeah. Whistling Diesel's house is like transporting into a GTA type.
Really?
Yeah.
Did you think for a little bit that it was that was the future?
It was more of just like, it felt like I was tired of like my success on YouTube being boiled down to like whether a game was popular or not. Because it was candidly like at the time that like Call of Duty kind of started falling off a little bit. Like Black Ops Cold War wasn't a hype game that anybody really cared about. Call of Duty Vanguard, kind of the same thing. People just don't vibe with the World War II kind of aesthetic. And so it was like, okay, I'm making the same content I was, but the views are like a fourth of what they were. And it's mostly because people just don't care about this game as much.
Yeah.
Like the content is still as good. Obviously, there's always things I could do to improve, right? But I was just tired of like, that's kind of what you have to do with game. And I've noticed that, I've been doing it for 14 years. It's always a roller coaster. A game will pop off, and if you can make good content on it, you'll ride that wave. Yeah. And then that wave will die, and you just got to wait for the next wave. And this point was like the biggest lull from like Modern Warfare 2019 and like Among Us in 2020. There was like a 3-year, now it's been like 5 years in my opinion, of just like been pretty boring.
Like
been
we're waiting.
Been pretty uninteresting.
You guys are waiting.
And so I was like, okay, I feel like I can do entertaining stuff outside of gaming, but that would have to be like a vlog.
Right.
And then at the time I met my buddy Keller, who filmed my vlog stuff. He now films and edits for Cody. But like he's one of my best friends in person.
Right. And
him and I just mesh really well with our sense of humor. And I'm like, that's what I need from a camera guy. I hate vlogs where like I'm holding the camera.
Yeah.
What's up, guys? It just doesn't work.
Right.
I can't get comfortable. I'm not like funny on my own. I don't really do solo content either. I have to vibe off of someone and kind of banter with them. That's always kind of how it's been. And so I need a camera guy that's another living, breathing human that I can bounce off of. That's also funny. And so in those vlogs, the camera guy Keller, he's also like, you can hear him saying things behind the camera. Yeah, and I like that.
Which is a side character.
Yeah.
Good character.
And so like that was fun, but it was just, it's so much work.
Yeah.
So much more work. And then in 2022, I had a lot of health issues. I got salmonella poisoning. I don't have a spleen. So like my body didn't fight that well. So like I had salmonella like cultivating in my bloodstream. I had to go to the hospital. I had to get put on an IV. The IV then gave me a blood clot in my arm. I had to then get put on blood thinners. So I couldn't go do anything like crazy because if I hit my head, I would bleed internally. And so I basically quit vlogging for like 6-8 months. But during that whole time of all these health issues, and I had a couple other things that it was a whole ordeal. And during that whole time, I was still able to keep my gaming channel running as if nothing had happened.
Right.
And it just kind of gave me this newfound appreciation for like gaming content is like, it's just the easiest. It's just the easiest. I can be at my house. It takes me 2 to 4 to 6 hours total to make a really solid video. I can pass it off to an editor. It's always super consistent. Like I have my stuff set up as a super well-oiled machine right now. Like, I record 2, 4, 6 hours of footage. I send it to an editor. I don't have to say anything and they'll send me back a video that's almost perfect. I might make 1 or 2 changes. Right. And that's just because we've worked together for so long and it's just such a well-oiled machine. Yeah. Whereas the vlog stuff was like, okay,
how do we make this?
Let's think of something funny to do. Where can we go do it? When can he go do it with me to film? We both have to drive there. Right. When we're there in the moment, we have to do it despite it being kind of awkward or whatever. Yeah. And then it's like, okay, that was a fourth of a video. We'll try again next week when I have time. It's like, and so it's just, I couldn't do it consistently. And I also like the ADHD kind of aspect of it. I kind of lost a little bit of interest in it. Yeah. And so I still have been filming stuff. Like I said, it's just not put in a video yet. So that was like the vlog stuff was mainly just gave me a newfound appreciation for like the gaming stuff. I'm like, I have to keep the gaming thing alive. Like I have to keep that going. It sucks riding that wave, but like if I can just keep it alive and wait for the next thing, it'll always be there.
Do you ever have creators that you're like jealous of their work? Not jealous of like how good they are, but like how their lane that they found.
My boy Smitty.
Really?
Little bastard. No, I mean, he's just doing the same stuff that we are, but it's just, he's like untouchable right now. Anything he uploads, 2 million views, 1.5 million views.
Oh, really? Holy shit.
And
I didn't know that.
I literally, so like before I came here, I was in Austin with him. Yeah. And I was hanging out with him and talking to him. And he was like, I was talking about how I would cater some of my like sponsored launches or like of projects I'm working on. I would like, all right, let's do it on Thursday because Friday is like a bad day to upload. Generally, Friday and Saturday are kind of a bad day. People are out doing stuff or whatever. Yeah. And Smitty's like, I just upload whatever day it falls on. He's like, just luckily, he's like, it just always does well. I'm like, must be nice, man. Must be nice. No, that's but like, crazy. I'm not really ever jealous of any creator. Like, I mean, obviously you always see people, you're like, man, that's really cool. I wish I could do that. But then it's always the grass is greener kind of thing. It's like,
for sure.
What I really like, the lawn mowing thing. That guy's getting 24 million views to mow lawns. That's insane. But then you're also like, I don't like mowing. I don't mow any fucking Imagine lawns. Going to set up a tripod and then just mowing for an hour and then moving it and then weed eating for an hour and then moving it. I don't want to do that.
I think there's a YouTuber named Hollow. I don't know if you've heard of him. Hollow.
Maybe. I don't know.
He just does Let's Plays. And obviously Let's Plays, the first episode gets a shit ton and then it like tapers off. But like even nowadays, like Hogwarts came out, Hollow's like, he's like, yeah, I'm gonna play it. And first video gets like 7 million views or some shit. Yeah, that's insane. I'm just like, dude, it's not jealousy, it's like, damn, I could do that.
Yeah, no, it's
more of just like, look at this fucking
part
guy.
1. But then you go look at part 2, it'll be half as many. And exactly. It's like trickles down. But still, it doesn't matter. Me and my friends joked years ago about starting a channel where all we did was part 1s of Let's Plays. Those always popped off. We talked about doing that. And then just anytime anybody would ask in the comments, when's part 2? You just ignore it. You just be like, part 1 of this game's coming soon. Look out for it, guys.
But yeah,
but also you look, that video is 2 hours long. Like that's kind of what YouTube likes right now, right? Yeah. It's just like someone can throw this on a TV in the background and, you know, clean their house or their apartment or whatever all day and like be vibing off of it. And that's kind of like, which is also why streaming is kind of so up right now. I guess really, I'm probably jealous of like streamers. I'm jealous of people that enjoy streaming.
Kind of jealous of Queso a little bit.
Any kind of streamer that kind of just gets to do their own thing without putting a ton of production value. Right, yeah. And that's not a slight. Like that's truly like, that's the goal. And that's usually the most authentic. So like XQC with his same webcam and his same mic and the same setup. Or Queso the same way. It's like, there's no crazy green screen production value, insane stuff going on. Like Kai Cenat's whole setup is insane. Like, like, he literally has a circus going on behind him. You can't even like you can't even like relate to it. Yeah, it's like that. I'm not necessarily jealous of. Obviously, he's doing incredible, and like the success is obviously something to be jealous of. But like, that's not the type of content I would vibe with. But yeah, same thing. I wish that I could just be content streaming every day, like 4 to 6 hours, doing that thing. Basically, the way I told you of like how I feel YouTube gaming is done correctly right now. Right. You told me fucking Logan Paul melted your car with a jet engine, and then it was Jake Paul. Logan wasn't there. Sorry, Jake Paul, and then it's one of the Pauls. One of the Pauls. Sorry, he was actually much more pleasant in person than I expected. Really, very nice, down to earth guy in person. Good, and not just to me, but like to random people. Like he would talk to genuine people, like genuine humans, and be a really like chill guy. Yeah, that's I've never had. I've made fun of him a lot. Truthfully, I'm sure me and my friends did a whole thing called Team 6, like a whole like animated skit making fun of Team 10 back in the day, because he obviously did some super cringe shit back then. Yeah, but, like he was actually very nice in person, like he definitely plays it up for the camera, for the boxing thing. Oh, was that the video? That might be the video. Yeah, it disappears. There we go. I think this burning cars. I'm in this video a couple times. And they're melting my car. That's my car, man. That's your car? That's my America Mobile, baby. That's the Deuce. That's the Deuce. What the fuck? That's the Deuce. So I filmed this from other perspectives, but yeah. How many views did this get? Fucking 1.5. That's I'm gonna try to make mine more views. Yeah. Whenever it comes out. Yeah. It was pretty funny. Yeah. So you But I have footage of that whole day. But I'm like, that's not good enough for one vlog. Right. That's got to be part of it. And then I'm like, I went to Japan for 2 weeks. That's not good enough for a whole vlog. I also didn't film that much in Japan. I really how about for your vlog channel, you just make one video a year? I mean, that's basically what I've done at this point. I didn't upload a video all of 2024. And people are like, well, guess this channel's dead. And I'm like, why do people think that way? It annoys me. Like, if you subscribe to a channel, it doesn't, like, and no one uploads to it, it's not going anywhere. Right. It doesn't mean, just wait. It doesn't mean... I mean, you upload. How many times a week do you upload on your main channel? 3-ish, probably. So now, like, back in the day, like 5+. Yeah, so like it's happening. You're still working. It's not like you gave up. But I get it. People like, I don't know. They put a lot of pride in their subscription and their support, right? Which I don't. You know, I'm not faulting people for that. But they're like, man, I subscribed to this thing, man. I was supporting it, right? And now you've abandoned it. It's like, no, just like it's just another channel. It's just another thing that I'm doing. It's like. Yeah, but I get it. You do something with Jake Paul. Marcel was telling me about like he gifted subs to Kai Cenat. Kai Cenat freaked out. I never saw. I saw the clip and stuff afterwards. But Marcel was like, "Boys, we're in." He was like so excited. He's like, Kai Cenat knows who we are and wants to play Grand Theft Auto. Right? Yeah. Actually, I have a funny story. Like a week or two ago, whenever the AFC NFC Championship games were happening, randomly after the last game, the Chiefs won their game. It's like, I don't know, 10 or 11 o'clock or whatever. Right. I get a DM from Cloaksy. Okay. I know Cloaksy. I met him in real life. We're friends, but we're not like super, super close. Yeah. He randomly DMs me. He goes, dude, what's your number? And I'm like, okay. I'm like, why? He's like, me and Tim need to talk to someone about football now. I was like, he's like, you're the first person we thought of. I was like, okay. So I gave him my number. He FaceTimes me. Him and Tim are like at some bar where they're at in Florida. Okay. Both several drinks in, depressed because they lost thousands of dollars on these games, right? They're like, man, Wildcat, man. And the conversation eventually boils down to like why I'm not playing Marvel Rivals, whatever. And then they talk about GTA 6 and Cloaksy or Tim or whatever is like, when are we going to play GTA 6? I'm like, bro, get in line, bro. We're the hot commodity when it comes to, get in line, dude. Maybe sometime a month after release, you can slide into session. But I'm going to be playing with Ronaldo. We got Kai Cenat. Yeah, FaZe PP Poo Poo. Yeah, FaZe PP Poo Poo's joining. PewDiePie's unretiring to play with us. Like, bro, we're on a different level when it comes to that game, man. That is so funny. But yeah, that's where I was going. That's word for word. I told him, I was like, man, maybe we'll slide you in, maybe. That's kind of where I was going with that is like, what, how many times in your, I guess the latter half of where you are in your career where you're like, wow, this person that is crushing it right now knows
me, knows where I came from.
I don't know. Really. It hasn't happened too many times. It was weird when I met Sark for the first time, and he was like a big fan of me and my friends.
Yeah.
Because like that was like 2014, 2013-ish. And that was when like Sark was like the funniest guy on like Machinima. Machinima was the biggest thing.
Right.
He was the funniest, biggest guy on Machinima.
Right.
Right. And like I had watched Sark back in the G4 TV days. Like we're talking 2006, 2007, where Sark's doing his Halo challenges or whatever. And I was like, he knows who we are. Not only does he know who we are, he thinks we're like killing it. He loves us. Yeah. And he wants to play with us. I'm like, that's so sick. A handful of things like Nanners too back then. I don't know. I don't get too starstruck though by any person.
Not really like starstruck, but more of just like it's happened a handful of times for me. It's less starstruck and more of like validation.
Yeah.
And if it's happened to me, I know it's happened to you tenfold. So that's why I was just curious where like,
I don't know. I can't think of too many specific examples, but I'm sure there have been some.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
Do you think that not showing webcam in the long term kind of takes that a step back?
We had this conversation literally last night at dinner with like the Clueless guys and Smitty when we were there. We were talking about it. I don't remember how it came up, but I don't think so at all. I don't think it's made an ounce of difference. There's been tons of creators that have crushed it, never showing their face or never doing face cam, like Lyric. Lyric is still like on top of Twitch, essentially. Obviously, he's not the biggest, but like 20,000 plus viewers playing whatever the fuck he wants, any day he wants. Doesn't show his face, no webcam. Suck. Yeah, it's like, bro's been doing it for a long time. I don't know him at all, but I have a lot of respect for the fact that like he's never really changed up his formula, and it's always worked, and he's always crushed it. Yeah, and it's made me think like, I don't need it. Like, I don't like doing face cam for like my type of content. I feel like it breaks the fourth wall. Like me and my friends are like RPing as characters in the game. If you also saw my goofy dumb head in the corner yapping and laughing about what I want, it would ruin it. Right. It would ruin it. So I think it just depends. For some people, maybe it would have made a difference. I don't think it would have made an ounce of difference.
I do have like kind of like
starting to show my face more though, like online, like when I started posting more on Instagram, started doing more webcam stuff on my YouTube channel, and then started doing the vlog stuff. I got recognized in person way more for sure. Yeah. That happened a lot.
Did you ever have a face reveal?
Oh, I have actually a good story about that. Okay. I uploaded a video when I hit 10,000 subs called 10,000 subscriber Q&A vlog. That's what it was titled.
Right.
And it was me doing a vlog face reveal for the first time. It was the first time I showed what I looked like. Okay. But I didn't title it face reveal. I titled it Q&A vlog. Right. And I looked back on it like 5 years later, and I'm like, this is the first time I've shown my face. How many views does this video have? And I looked and it had like 20K or something like that.
Oh, wow.
And I'm like, what happens if I change the title to face reveal? Now the video, I don't know what it has, but I think it has like 1 million plus or something like that. What? Like I changed the title of a video years after it was uploaded. Yeah, now it has 3.5 million views. 3 because all views. I did was type in face reveal into my title. What? Because I added that video shot up in views like crazy. Because it was the first time I showed my face. Shit! Yeah, look at me, little baby. Look at you, bro. In my parents' basement, baby. Look at me. You're just a little no facial hair, couldn't grow an ounce.
Holy shit!
I had a couple pubes to my name. You feel me? That was a PC in boxes in the background that I was too stupid to build, so I waited like a year after buying the parts to build it, and then it got stolen.
Your PC
got stolen out of my truck.
That's actually I have kind of like a I love YouTubers that crush it and they don't show their face. Like there's just something about it that's just so. It's so organic and it's so
Dream fucked up.
I think Dream
he fucked up. What a dumbass, bro. I'm sorry. I don't know Dream. I don't care to know Dream. What an idiot, dude. I'm so sorry. Why'd he do that? Why'd he do that?
Why did he do that?
Oh man. He would still be, I mean, he still gets more views per video than I do right now. Right. He's crushing it, obviously. Yeah. But the fall off was kind of crazy it was like 50 million views every time. And then he showed his face and just ruined it. It's like, why? Dude. But people have their reasons, but I don't know what his reason was. Because he like doubled back on it instantly.
That's what I'm saying. Like the double back was the part that...
No, it's like if you're going to show your face, now all of a sudden that's a part of your content.
Yeah, exactly.
Now you're vlogging, now you're doing like face cam stuff. Now, not always, but sometimes.
It's like he showed his face and then 2 months later he did a Colin and Samir episode with the mask on again.
Yeah.
And I was like, no,
Evan did that for a bit. Evan did he would only, like when he appeared in the YouTube Rewind, Vanoss, he had an owl mask on. He didn't show his face.
Really?
He had shown his face, but he didn't want his face to be his content. He always, oops, I unplugged he always said his face, or like his, the Vanoss character was the owl character. He never wanted it to be associated with him as a person.
That is fire.
Yeah.
What year is this? 2017.
Yeah. He never wanted it to be associated. Like the Vanoss Gaming is Vanoss. Vanoss is a character, the owl character in video games.
Is the character.
But now he does more like Evan Fong, who he is type stuff on social media, as well as now the music thing.
So do you have a separation between my man's right here and you?
Yeah, I mean, kind of, right?
Yeah.
Like on my Wildcat channel, it's like, this is what I want people to think about, not my face.
Yeah.
I do still show my face, and I don't have that like hard separation that he did, where he really wanted it to be like, this was like the thing. But yeah, I don't like, I don't do very many face cam videos, if ever.
Yeah. I mean,
but I will do like a video that has no gaming, and it's like me opening Pokemon cards, and it's my face.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
But still, like I think people that want to know you deeper, or want to know any of your guys, like you as a creator deeper, they're like, yeah, I want to see what his face is like. I want to see what he's.
Yeah.
But like, I watch a lot of people where if I knew their face, I think it might change their content. Like I watch, like there's a couple of Minecraft YouTubers like Waddles, Ethos Lab. I watch my buddy Futives, who I'm actually pretty
Futives. Yeah, I know. I've played with him a few times.
I'm pretty close.
Yeah, he has
with
like
him.
a cat guy, right? He has like a cat VTuber type vibe.
Like him and I have a good relationship, and like I have no idea what he looks like.
Yeah.
He told me his
that's
ethnicity.
delirious with our group, right?
That's even crazier because y'all play a lot.
I've never seen his face, and at this point, I don't. People ask me, "Have you seen his face?" I'm like, I don't care.
You don't care.
He is this guy that I play games with online. That's the extent of what our relationship has really been. But he would 100% ruin it if he showed his face.
Yeah, even now.
It's like it's his ult, you know? If his channel is completely crashing and burning, he has a 10 million view button he can push if he wants, and that's showing his face.
Yeah, that's very true.
But he also every year on April Fool's does a face reveal. Every year for like the last 10 years.
Does it print money?
It's
views?
just like, I don't know I don't even remember what half of them are, but it's like his character in game taking off his mask, and there's another mask or something. Like it's always, or I think one time he did like a VTuber type vibe where it was like a let's play. He was doing a face reveal, but it was his character sitting in a chair let's playing. Yeah.
I wonder what is the most like, what YouTuber is the most famous or would be the biggest shock if you saw their face?
Probably him, to be honest.
Right.
I don't know.
Guess that's
I don't know a
different.
ton of other creators that don't show their face.
I think the Do is pretty crazy.
Oh yeah.
Look
at it.
Face reveal
9 years ago, it's
million
April
views.
Fools. All these are April Fools. 10 months ago, the real face reveal. If you go back 10 months, I guarantee you that's April. Is it not? It's April 2023. That's what he does.
640K views. That's fucking insane.
Oh, look, April 1st. It's a funny
really
gig for sure.
Yeah, that's really good. I wonder why.
But yeah.
That's so
I don't know too many. Yeah, I know the
Do and Waddles, Etho, like
I don't know a ton of them though.
There's
I don't really watch a ton of gaming content creators.
Yeah.
Most of my YouTube consumption now is like non-gaming hobbies.
Yeah.
Like the Bourbon thing or cars or golf or
Yeah. Because of this show specifically, it gives me some sort of validation to my weird YouTube obsession where like if I get into something, I want to know who's crushing it in that field.
Yeah.
I don't know if you're the same way.
If I'm into something, I'm watching YouTube about it for
Right,
sure.
yeah,
Like
yeah.
I rarely watch TV shows. Everyone asks, "Oh, did you see the new whatever fucking
Squid Game?"
And I'm like, no,
No.
I didn't. You watch Succession or whatever, like whatever the new show is that's popping.
Right,
I'm like,
yeah,
no,
yeah.
I haven't seen a single episode. I'm like, honestly, even if I did, I probably wouldn't follow up and finish the whole series.
Right.
Same with movies.
You're like, I've
But
been watching
whatever it is,
Bruiser.
something about how easily consumable YouTube is just triggers my brain in a way that nothing else can replicate.
Yeah.
I can click on a video and like, if I want to leave it in 5-10 minutes because I have something to do, that's fine. I'll come back to it.
Yeah.
And YouTube remembers exactly where you left off. Like it has that kind of feature. Yeah, I'm like obsessed with YouTube.
Yeah, me too. Like unhealthily.
It's probably part of the reason why I have this call with my psychiatrist, because trying to get work done when you have 3 monitors and YouTube is constantly on one of them, it's pretty hard to get stuff done.
It's a bad gig whenever I'm watching somebody like make some sort of like I think like commentary videos. the definition has changed over the years.
Yeah.
It used to be I play video games and talk about shit, and now it's like I made a damn near documentary.
Yeah, now it's like an essay documentary thing, like a video essay. Yeah.
Video essay videos. Like
that's the type of stuff that crushes on YouTube these days, by the way.
Insane.
That's the stuff, because that's like evergreen content.
Yep.
That's long.
Right.
That people watch on a TV. And that people will click on multiple times because they'll never finish it in one go. Or they will and they'll fall asleep to it and have to rewatch it.
And then the watch time is even crazier.
That stuff crushes on YouTube.
Like I'll be in the middle of summoning salt video, just like watching some like random video essay, and then like I'll get a text and I'll look at it and I'll reply to it, and then I just swipe up, and all of a sudden I'm on YouTube Shorts.
I'm gonna be honest. I ain't never spent more than 5 seconds on YouTube Shorts. No, bro.
It's bad for me.
It's TikTok pretty much only. And then when TikTok was supposed to be going down or whatever, I tried Instagram Reels for half a day, and I saw like 6 people die, and I was like, yeah, that's not for me, bro. It's not for me.
Oh my
Actually,
God.
what I mostly got on Instagram Reels was takeovers, car takeovers, where all these dumb idiots do like donuts in the center of an intersection.
They block off the intersections.
And if it's on Instagram Reels, it's there because someone got hit, and so I have to watch until the guy gets hit and goes flying. But yeah, YouTube Shorts I don't think has that quite that kind of action.
YouTube Shorts are still more YouTubey.
I got beef with YouTube Shorts.
Why is that?
I just wish they never did it on the platform. I think it's fractured the YouTube audience in a way that isn't productive for pretty much anyone. I don't see how it's productive for YouTube. There's no way it makes more money than ads on their long form content.
Yeah.
YouTubers who upload shorts, like the shorts don't make as much money as long form content.
Definitely
and
not.
I also think, this might hurt some feelings, I also think there's some people that get caught up uploading YouTube shorts because it's so much easier to get views on shorts, and they think that they're like accomplishing more than they are.
Right.
Like obviously it's great to upload a video on YouTube Shorts and have it blow up and like bring attention to you, right? But that should be like a subsidiary to long form content.
I think that's important. I think shorts can be important, but like long form is the most important.
You want to know something petty about me?
Absolutely, I do.
Fucking hate when YouTubers post their monthly views and it's inflated by like 90% shorts views.
I've done that.
God, it pisses me off. Oh, you got 50 million views this month, but only 5 million of it matters? Cool.
I have done that.
That's me being petty.
It's all good. It happens. Because they say it happens, and I'm guilty, and I apologize.
No, it's fine. No, you do you. Just know that in my head, I'm like, it's not real.
But also, mine is so small, it doesn't even come across your radar. You probably see 5 million views a month, and you're like, oh, yeah, he's doing pretty good. Yeah. But no.
If I saw 5 million and I knew it was all long form, I'd be like, that guy's kicking ass. But I see 50 million, and even if 40% or 80% of it or whatever was
shorts.
And so you actually had 10 million long form views, I'd be like, nah, fake. Fuck this guy.
I think their YouTube shorts is we had one YouTube short from Around the Bar that did pretty well, and it made like $800.
Yeah, I think people should do it,
and that's $800 more.
You can make some money doing it. Yes,
that's $800 more than I've ever made on TikTok. So like, I respect YouTube shorts. 800 worth.
I don't know if I've made any money on YouTube shorts. I have made money on TikTok, but not much. It's just like, I told my editor that specifically does just shorts content. He's actually an editor for someone. He's actually Smitty's main editor.
Okay.
And then on the side, I pay him some money every month to like, I'm like, just throw shit at YouTube shorts, Instagram Reels, and TikTok. I don't give a shit how many views it gets. Find clips you think are funny, put it up there. I will pay you and lose money every month just to have stuff go up on those platforms. And I do. And every now and then I'll be like, all right, throw up like a whole video, like part it out, because people do that. Those will make some money every now and then.
Really?
Yeah. So take like a 20-minute video and upload 10 parts that are 2 minutes each. All you need is a couple of those to pop off. You'll make some money on them.
That's insane.
But it's also, you don't want your account to just be spammed with.
Right.
But it's also like the spam doesn't matter on like TikTok and YouTube Shorts and Instagram Reels. It's just what shows up in people's feed. That's all you're looking to do, is have something.
Looking to capture someone before they can fucking.
It's very rare that someone is going like, oh my God, that TikTok was funny. Let me click on this person's account and watch all their TikToks.
Yeah. No, that
you
never
might click
happens.
on the account and watch a few of the funny ones, but the few of the ones with high views. But the only reason they have high views is because they popped off in the algorithm, not because other people did what you just did.
I think some people have figured it out, and it's only like the nut jobs of YouTube, like the Mr. Beast, the Arax, the Trey.
Yeah, some people definitely do it well. I just haven't found it to be, because again, that's very much like making videos. Like I said, I don't like to do like.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
My approach to YouTube and YouTube Shorts is just like, just play a game that I enjoy with people that I like and make as many jokes as possible.
Yeah.
And upload the funniest stuff.
Let's just do what is fun and what has been
Usually
working.
it's the most edgy stuff. That's usually what does well on TikTok and YouTube Shorts and stuff.
And you guys have a crew that has been deemed uncancelable.
We're definitely cancelable. That's just not true. It's just we have learned and been hardened and cultivated on how to walk that line.
Yeah. But
generally speaking, as long as you make enough people laugh, you're not going to get canceled for whatever you say.
Because the people that laugh will defend you.
Yeah, for the most part.
Right.
And you also just have to not bow down to the boring people that want to cancel you because you said something that's not appropriate. It's like, okay, I don't care that you don't like it. You're boring. Like, you're a boring person. I'm not trying to make content for you. I'm trying to make content for people that can appreciate a good joke, can laugh at themselves, can laugh at their circumstance, whatever it is.
Yeah.
But also at the same time, it's like, I have a million jokes in my head at any given time.
Yeah,
I'm like, nah, that one can't go. That one can't go. And I'm like, what if I rework it? Okay, all right, we'll let it fly. That's the other reason I don't like streaming as much, because on YouTube, I can do it. And I'm like, editor, I don't know if that one goes in.
Do you also make your editor sign an NDA?
No.
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 So you've got mountains of blackmail on you.
Yeah. Yeah. Whatever.
Whatever. I'll pay them if
I
they
haven't done
blame.
anything horrible. I'm not worried about it. I haven't said anything too crazy. I make my jokes, but
Our highest viewed TikTok is you saying something pretty crazy.
what did I say?
It was a Cards Against Humanity.
I know what I said. I had someone tweet this about me the other day. I forget what the context was, but they're like, "Oh yeah, what do you think about this clip?" And I'm like, "Still funny to this day."
Still funny.
Would I say the same thing now? No. But if you break down why it was funny, it's still funny. It's not funny because I said a bad word.
Right.
It's funny because I thought I was given the green light, and I really wasn't. And even if I was, it's probably still not right to do. Right. And that's why it's funny.
Exactly. And
so that's kind of my rule. Like, if it's funny, it works. Like, I don't know, if you can make enough people laugh and it's not truly just like, I don't think it's funny just to be shocking. And truthfully, I think Evan has done that a few times. Vanoss, I think he's just like said wild shit just to say wild shit. And he thinks that's funny. That's not my type of humor. I don't think you should just be able to say something that you're not allowed to say and be like, how funny is it that I said this thing you're not supposed to say? Right. It's like, no, that's not inherently funny. So like, I don't go around just like dropping slurs and stuff all the time. Yeah. But like, I'm not going to clutch my pearls if someone makes a crazy joke or says something they're not supposed to say if it's truly a well-crafted, like funny piece.
The internet will make you think otherwise, but I feel like a majority of people can understand the context of a joke. The majority of people,
they can, and if they can't, it's usually they're just boring people wanting to police the internet. And the less you cater to those people, the better off you are in the long run. Yeah, that's what a lot of people and a lot of creators these do, and what Dream does, in my opinion. That's just wrong. Like, once these people realize that they can get you to say sorry for something that's really not that bad, you're forever on the hook. They have power over you.
Right, they have power.
You're not allowed to do that either. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, you're not allowed to. It's just, you can't let that happen. You cannot let that happen.
And it's like, if I wasn't being hateful in the first place, I was talking about something.
That clip is old, and there's some other clips. There's some other clips of me saying crazy shit. Right. It's never like the hard R or anything insane, right? But I said some shit that you probably shouldn't say today. But it was a different time. Yeah. People didn't get mad about it then. And I think given the context, it's funny. And so I don't apologize for it. I'm not going to go on some twit long and be like, I'm so sorry. It's like, it was what it was. That's what I did then. It was funny then. It's not as funny now, but it's still kind of funny given the context. And like, that's kind of like, I wouldn't do it now, but
Do you guys, whenever like politics and like the overall like tension of the world gets up and down. Now, whenever, like, especially we talk about the COVID days, and then like, do you guys find yourselves like holding back during that time?
I mean, I don't like being political, but I love making jokes that are like politically related. We do that all the time.
Right. Yeah.
Like, I had we did a prop hunt session like last year that was like the election. And so it was like the prop hunt was in the White House. The seekers, like the guys finding the props was like Kamala Harris, Joe Biden, Donald Trump. And like me and Brian can do it. Brian can do a really good one, but me and Brian can do a decent Donald Trump impression. And so we were doing that the whole time. And we were joking about the bit of like Donald Trump clearly seems attracted to his daughter. There's many clips of him saying it. And so I did a whole bit where that came up and I was like, all I have to say about her is would. And I was like, shouldn't, but might. It's like we like making the joke still. Both sides of the table can get it too. Like that's the thing too. Like we'll make fun of the right, the left. It doesn't matter. But generally I don't want to be too political.
I'm not saying be political.
The shit these days is so absurd. It has to be made fun of.
Yeah, for sure.
It's just insane stuff all the time.
I'm not even saying be like politics in general, but just the overall like tension of especially America.
That's
like
the best stuff to make fun of.
Okay,
for sure.
Because I didn't know if because there are times where people are like, you say this word, you bad.
Yeah.
And you guys a lot of the time say that word, whatever word it might be, but you're not bad guys. And so I didn't know if you're like, now's not the time to make these jokes. We'll make them, in a year whenever things have calmed down.
No,
or if you guys just plow through it.
We make the joke when it's funny.
Yeah,
if it's funny, we'll do it. Yeah. It's just, I don't know. It just is what it is.
So what hits the cutting floor on the Vanoss Crew? What hits the like, okay, we've
usually
got to cut
very
that.
Niche internal drama related things that like.
So unless it's Terrorizer or Nogla, it gets cut.
Cut. A lot of times. It's just like, I don't know, just bringing up stuff that we know will cause drama usually is not worth it just because it's like, it just takes away from what I want to, what we want to do. Like, I don't care whether or not certain creators are mad at me, but I'm not intentionally trying to start drama or beef. Like, I don't think that's really productive. And I've never gotten, there's some people that make a whole career out of that. It's not my thing. I don't want to be involved in that.
Right.
If it happens, I'll make my jokes. I'll say my shit, like the Ronaldo shit. I'll do it, but it's not like.
But you're not seeking it.
No, and it's also like the next day it's over with. I don't care. Like truly, I have no ill will against any of the people that are like that whole incident that happened. I really don't. Do your thing, crush it, surpass me in every way. I don't care. Like it truly doesn't matter. But
that's funny.
Not much really gets cut, to be honest. It's pretty rare.
Yeah,
it's pretty rare. Honestly, most of the time, what gets cut is when someone like makes a joke or tells a very like personal story, and then later they get a little post-nut clarity after the session. They're like, my mom watches these videos sometimes. Maybe I shouldn't talk about that. Or maybe.
So is there a Discord channel?
Oh yeah, we have our Discord chat sometimes. Yeah. Oh God, the drama in there. Holy shit, we fight with each other all the time. I hate those guys sometimes so much. Yeah.
So somebody will come in there at everyone.
Yeah, at everyone. You all have to cut this out of your video, and I'm like, all right, fine.
So then you copy paste that, send that to your editor.
Yeah, basically. Yeah.
That's funny. It's such a unique. You guys are doing the same thing that we do over here, but in such a different way. It's so funny.
I think it also just makes you better at like when you keep pushing, like towing that line and pushing the edge a little bit more. You can't do it unless the jokes are truly funny and good. And so like it makes you better at like being funny and like crafting jokes and that's why like that's half of what I do in COD these days. It's just like I find
you try to be funny.
Yeah, we just say stupid shit.
What's your relationship like with like comedy and acting?
I want to do stand-up comedy, but I haven't found it to be viable in terms of like making money. It seems
Have you tried it?
No, but where's my phone? I dropped it an hour ago.
I was about to say, I thought I heard that a long time ago.
I don't want, okay. This has got to be blurred or something because I don't want people reading my shit, or maybe they can't even see it at all. This is going to be super quick. This is all my stand-up comedy material.
Holy shit, that's a whole set.
That's all my stand-up comedy material. Whenever I think of something funny that's like a joke or a bit, that's like not jokes. That's just like vague concepts that like will spark off a minute or two. I want to do stand-up comedy at some point. It's always been something I've loved, even before I did YouTube.
Yeah.
I love stand-up comedy. I think it's like the most pure comedy art form in existence. There's just one guy up there with a microphone just telling stories and jokes. But like I said, I don't think I'm funny on my own. So like that's a real big undertaking for me. It's a real big, but you're not technically on your own. You have an audience. So it's like
how good do you think you'd be at like crowd work and stuff?
I think in my head, I'm like, that's terrifying. I would shit my pants and like cry and run off stage. But that's what I excel at in like what I do on YouTube is like the improv kind of thing. That's truly what I'm best at is just like funny stuff popping into my head because of circumstances.
Have you ever like actually thought about trying? You're in Oh, okay, never mind.
I'm in Nashville.
You're in Nashville.
Nashville has a comedy club and has some comedy scenes. It's just like, I don't think I'm there yet. Obviously, I have a ton of material, but none of that is fleshed out.
You ever practice in the shower and shit?
Yeah, all the time. In fact, literally like 3 days ago, one of those bits that's in there is because I thought of it in the shower. I thought of it. I was like, that's funny. To the point where I literally like stepped out of the shower and dried my hands and wrote down the note immediately. But it's something I want to do. But the thing is, it's like, it wouldn't make any money. So it's like, I have to really want to do it and do it knowing that like, maybe it'll never turn into anything. Right. Just for fun.
I mean,
there's always a scenario too where like, obviously I have a big enough following where I could probably do like a mini tour around the US and sell out a small like venue where people could come. But I don't want people there that already like me and think I'm funny.
Right.
I want to be able to make anybody think I'm funny or laugh.
I think and
that's scary.
There's like YouTuber, one of the big Minecraft YouTubers is touring, doing a stand-up, but he's promoting it because he's already huge in Minecraft.
Yeah, and I don't think there's anything wrong with that. It's just like, I haven't decided yet if that's something I would want to do or not.
Yeah.
Like that's a way to instantly do it and it be profitable, but is it really the true experience of like, am I decent at this thing?
Would you want to do it to gain the respect of other comedians?
No, I don't care.
You don't care.
I just want to know if I can stand up there by myself and make people laugh. That's all I care about.
Yeah. That sounds.
And like, it's less about even, can I stand up? Obviously that's a big part of it is like actually being up there and delivering it. But like, can I actually craft like a good joke out of nowhere?
Well, when are you going to try? Let's try it this year. Do it this year.
Maybe.
Say you'll do it.
Maybe.
I think this year's a great time.
I don't know. It's scary.
You're married, probably gonna be a pop pretty soon. I don't know.
Potential
pop pretty soon. So you might as well try it now. It's a great time, perfect time.
Yeah, but then what if I get into it and I fucking love it, and then I have kids, and I'm like, I can't go, I can't travel.
All you got to do is treat it how Vanoss is treating music.
You can't do it that way though.
Why?
He gets to just make a music video and put it online. This is like
you've got
stand-up comedy is a pure like in-person thing, which is another reason why I love it so much.
Yeah.
You can't just stand up in front of a camera and tell jokes with no audience to laugh. Right. That doesn't work. So it's like you have to have that.
Do you go to like open mics and stuff or no?
I go to a lot of comedy shows for sure. And in fact, when I'm in LA, Evan Vanoss, his favorite thing is going to comedy shows. So like the Comedy Store, like the famous one in LA.
The famous one.
Almost every time I go to LA for more than a couple days, one of the nights Evan and I will go to dinner and then go to the Comedy Store.
Oh wow.
And we'll sit in the small room, the original room, not the main one. We'll sit in the original room where like people are trying new shit, fleshing stuff out. It's very like personal. It's very fun. But like big comedians will be there. So like I think one time like Whitney Cummings was there and like Ron White was there one time when I was there. Andrew Santino I discovered at the Comedy Store, and now he's obviously like crazy. I mean, he was probably big then too, but I never heard of him until I watched him at the Comedy Store, and he went crazy. You know, he's gone crazy since then. But
yeah, that's so crazy. That's a wild part. That's just a wild aspect of LA in general.
Yeah,
it's just like,
but it's like insane. You go, it's like $20 or something like that, and then you have to buy. It's like $20. You have to buy a drink, and then you get to see like some of the best comedians in the world like try new shit. Yeah. And some of them are genuinely hilarious. Like Joey Diaz was there one time.
Yeah.
Didn't have any material. He just came up there and just started talking to people, and the whole room was rolling by the end of it. He literally was just making conversation with people. He had no material.
That is fucking awesome. Yeah, it seems. The more I talk to you, the more I realize how much we are similar in a lot of aspects. I mean, not the comedy aspect, but like there's part of me that wants to do this. There's part of me that like. And for me, it's like music. Like I love music, and I'm like I've always kind of dipped my toes in, or like done something where I'm like, yeah, I could if I wanted to, but I'm not going. Like I wouldn't do it. But then every once in a while, I'm like maybe I could do it.
Yeah, there's a lot of me that's like, I get very like analysis paralysis type. Like I want to have everything perfect, and then I can go try it.
100.
But then I'm like, that's not how I got where I am. That's not how I did anything on YouTube. I never I just started doing it. And then before I knew it, here I am. Like it just, everything snowballed. And so like, there's a part of me that's like, oh, I'm not ready to do stand-up comedy. I'm not ready to do this. I'm not ready to do this.
Yeah.
But there's another part of me that's like, just go start. Just start.
Yeah.
That's generally my motto to most people that want to get into something new.
Yeah.
Just start. Just go do it. If it's terrible, it's terrible. Just go start. Go figure it out and go from there. And that's usually honestly how you'll know intuitively, like right away, if you're actually good at something. You just go do it, and if it kind of starts to come to you natural or like pretty easily, pretty quickly,
Yeah.
that's definitely gonna be your thing, you know.
So what's your relationship like with animated cartoons now?
I love it. It's just such a hard art form to like make work. It's so expensive.
Right.
It's so expensive, but it's also like one of the ultimate creative expressions. Because like you can draw, you can animate anything.
Anything, yeah.
Any scenario you can possibly think of, you can draw and make happen. And so like,
right.
it's awesome. And it's low budget relative to like, if I was going to make a sci-fi movie,
right,
that actually looks realistic and cool, that's way more expensive than just a sci-fi anime. It's all the same amount of drawing.
Tons of millions of dollars.
But I've also seen like doing the alpha beta shit, like just how it's worked, like how it works with Hollywood. And it's like, it's a business. It's very much a business. It's not about like what creatively just is the best. And I'm not saying alpha betas was like the best. Obviously that's like kind of what we're talking about, but
right.
It's also like, even if something is good, a network or a company might not pick it up if they don't have the budget and they don't think they need that demographic covered. That was our issue.
Okay.
At the time. I felt like we had a good show. I felt like it's better than even some stuff you could find on Netflix, or not everything, obviously, but
right.
I felt like it was good enough to be there. But like these companies, like, yeah, we have male 18 to 30 demographic on lock. That's mostly what your show caters to. We know that because of your YouTube analytic data. We don't need this.
Yeah.
And also, a lot of the companies, they want to be involved in the creative process.
Why? Do you know why?
I don't know why, but that was the feedback we got from Netflix. Netflix was like, we want you to give us an idea,
right,
and then we'll take it and run with it. And we were like, no, we have the show, it's done, it's ready.
Right.
We just need money to make more episodes. Give us the money, and you put it on your platform and make money.
Right.
And they were like, that's not what they like. They like, which I mean, Netflix makes great stuff, so like, it makes a bit of sense for them. Most Netflix, what is it called, premieres or whatever, or like originals, Netflix originals, their stuff is very good. So
yeah.
I get it from that aspect, but
right. Yeah. I mean, it was such a good show. Every time I hear you talk about it, or Terrorizer and Nogla online, or when I was talking to, Marcel, it's like, you guys all use the past tense. It was a good show.
Because it's over at this point. Like a lot of people ask about it. It's like, there was a writer strike that just happened at the wrong time.
Right.
Like we did the crowdfunding and that was amazing, but like, I don't want to ask viewers for that kind of money ever again. Right. I'm incredibly gracious to the people that did it. And I hope they feel like they got their money's worth and got a good product out of it. And we truly, not a single penny went to us. We didn't make a dime.
Right. Yeah.
Me and all the guys, none of us made a penny from all the alpha beta stuff we made. No company did.
Yeah.
Maybe 3BD made a little bit to pay people that were involved. Right. But it was crowdfunded, and like, we can't do that again. We don't really want to upfront the money because we gave it a good go twice and it just didn't work. It just didn't pan out. So it's
a good product.
But I think it was a good product. I love that. I love the anime, and I liked doing the voice acting too. It was pretty fun. Yeah. I wasn't great at it, but I wasn't bad at it. And like, it was something I was like, I could get better, but I can also only do my voice, really. That's something I felt.
But like, you're not doing an audiobook.
No, but I was like, I was doing my character. So it's like, I can only do my character.
Right. Yeah. I mean,
but like, I'm pretty decent at doing that, but yeah.
I think it was a good show. What everyone of like my peers thought it was going to be it. Like, I remember when the video
we thought it was like a no-brainer.
Right.
We were like, bro, we have this good concept. We're all creative. We're going to be able to make something awesome that our audience for sure is going to be obsessed with. Right. With at the time, you add up all the YouTube subs, it's 50 million subs or whatever. Like, right. Yeah. That many people ish are going to be interested in this right away. Right. There's no way a network doesn't pick it up. Yeah. Just didn't happen. Just didn't happen. Is there? And I don't see how, other than what I described to you of just like the actual financials and business aspect of it, that is irrelevant of how quality the product is that they're looking to put their money into. If it doesn't fit a need they have in terms of where they're looking to get new audience and viewers and stuff, it just doesn't work.
And the demographic, like what funny animated show is not going to cater to 15 to 20-year-olds?
Yeah, I don't know.
Like, what animated show are they looking for that's going to hit 30 to 50-year-olds? I don't know. I don't understand.
It was also at a weird time with like all the COVID stuff. It was just a weird time. It was just like, I don't know.
Yeah,
It is what it is. I'm still proud of like what we did, and I like it, and I would be open to doing it again if somehow some company came up and was like, "We saw what you did with Alpha Betas. We would love you guys to come make a show." I would do it in a heartbeat.
Would you want to do Alpha Betas, or would you want to?
Yeah,
do
I think it was a
something
really
else?
good concept. I think Chris and Dave did a really good job. My only qualms with it was learning the actual production aspect of it and how little we were able to like put our twist on things.
Right.
And that's purely because of the number of people involved, the amount of money required, and like the timeline to keep things moving. It was like, yeah, we would love you guys to be more involved, but like this shit has to move. Like we can't wait on you guys to give feedback and do that. Like we have timelines to hit, and if we don't hit the timelines, you run out of budget and you can't even make the show. That was like kind of eye-opening and like a new aspect.
You can't kind of run a TV show how you run your YouTube channel. Yeah.
And like I think Chris and Dave did a pretty good job, and they wrote obviously all the script basically, and then we reviewed the script and we would change based on like, oh, my character wouldn't say this way or do this.
Right.
And then we further revised that when it was actually time to do the lines, because I would like revise the lines and then do it, and I'm like, even that now doesn't sound right. Let me do it this way. I keep dropping my phone. And so I think they did a pretty good job, but like I would have loved for me and my friends to be more involved in the script writing.
Right.
Because a lot of what it was they would kind of storyboard. We would kind of give our feedback to the storyboard.
Right.
They would be gone for like a week or 2 weeks and then come back with the full script. And there was very little changes we could make to the full script other than just how we said our lines. It's like they wrote most of the jokes. Whereas we would give some jokes during the storyboarding process.
Right.
I would have loved it to be like me and my friends there every step of the way writing the script.
Yeah, of course.
Like every joke.
I think that's what people would want too. Because like if you guys are the four voices.
Yeah, it's just it was just hard. It's just we're not writers, so like we couldn't do all the writing, so we had to hire writers. And when you hire writers want to write. They want to do their thing, and you're hiring them because they're good at what they do.
But when you hire writers and you guys are the creators that you are, like you're like, hey, we're kind of edgy, like we kind of push the envelope in a sense, especially in the gaming scene, which is already a little more edgy in the first place. That's what the show should revolve around. That's what our audience expects. Do they write that way?
No, because they're like, okay,
like if we're writing for Comedy Central,
they're like great feedback for us. However, we've sold a show before. We know what you need to do to like actually make it marketable and a product that a company wants to buy.
I mean, say you have a time machine, you go back to 2017, 2019 Tyler. Do you tell him like, let's just put it on YouTube? Knowing what you know now.
Yeah, I don't know. I think maybe if we still have the same passion and drive of what we did at the time, maybe we do the crowdfunding thing first.
Okay.
And then we produce it entirely ourselves.
Right.
Because we did some animations that we produced. I say we, mostly Evan Vanoss produced pretty much himself.
Yeah.
And those were like better in some ways.
Really?
I think they were funnier and like better crafted in terms of like the jokes.
Right.
And like how our characters worked. But they didn't have like a compelling story. It's just so much harder than you think. It gave me a new appreciation for like TV shows and movies in general.
I already think it's
hard to like really write a good story and develop characters while fitting in jokes and making everything move while being under budget.
Right.
Really hard.
Finding writers and animators and directors and now we have a product. How do we sell it?
It's incredibly difficult. It's incredibly difficult. So like now it's like I think back to like movies or TV shows I watched where I was like, that wasn't perfect. It's like, that was pretty damn good given I know how this process works now.
Right, yeah.
This shit is hard, yeah.
Yeah, I can fucking imagine. I think Marcel told me about how the initial end of the show was going to be, and it was just someone saying the hard R.
Yeah,
and I was like, what the fuck?
It was like a password to open a door, and the hint was like something you said in Call of Duty in 2013. And then like we would guess some random like swear word, not crazy, just a random swear word. And like, no. And then it would give us a hint. And the hint was like, it's a 6-letter word, blank, blank, GG, blank, blank. And then the idea was like,
Marcel.
Oh, I'm not going to say that. Evan's like, I'm not going to say it. Marcel's like, I got this guy. He's the black guy. So he's going to come and say it. And he says the N word and he goes, eh. And the reason is because it's actually the F slur, which has the same G's in the same place and is the same. That was like our baby, that joke, and it didn't make it in.
Because I mean
it was like Marcel had this big moment where he's gonna, I got this, and he says it, and it's still wrong because it's actually the F slur, which is the same exact layout.
Oh my God. That is, I mean, there's something funny about it. It sucks that it didn't pan out how it would have.
But like, that was a thing that like the writers are like,
we're never going to be able
not
to.
exactly doable. And so it ended up being like the C word, which actually gets you demonetized on YouTube.
Yeah. Which is still.
See you next Tuesday. That was actually the word that was like, oh, you can't say that. And then one of us says it, and that's the password. That's what it ended up being.
Really?
That's what it was in that episode.
Oh, in the show. I can't remember it, but
it was like the password is something so vile, so horrible, and like that was the word. And I was like, okay. I mean, like
it's like English people say that all the time.
Yeah.
Every
sentence. Exactly. And that was the other joke. They're like, what? People say it in Australia all the time. Like, why is it a big deal? Yeah.
Yeah. Oh man. So I kind of want to talk to you a little bit about business as well. You have your own energy drink company.
Yep.
You have your own toy company.
Yeah. We also have gaming peripherals with 4D. I got to send you some 4D. I mean, you play mostly on controller, right?
Yes.
So we mostly do mouse pads and stuff right now. We're going to be working on a keyboard and a mouse and whatnot, but there's 4D gaming, mostly mouse pads, the best mouse pads in the world.
The best mouse.
But yeah, this new guy, buildables. Buildable figures of your favorite creators. We got to make a Hitch buildables. If you want to make one, let me know.
I am
whatever you want.
I mean, we'll sell 5 of them, but me and my mom, Matt might buy one.
Okay.
Yeah, Matt will buy one.
I got you.
Generally, we're looking to sell several hundred. As long as we can do that, I think we can do that. No problem.
That's fucking awesome.
We could do a TST one, whatever. This is the general like size that we're looking for, like the standardized. But like, for certain creators, and eventually we can do whatever. Like it's
right. Yeah.
Any size, 1,000, 2,000, 5,000 pieces, big, whatever.
Yeah. And you were telling me there's other kind of brands out there that are doing their own like collectible products, and you guys are kind of doing that, but with like the what are these buildable?
Yeah, it's
blocks?
a pretty simple like proven business model of like reach out to a creator, say, hey, do you want to build this thing that like we think is cool, your fans will think is cool.
Yeah.
And not only now is it just a collectible, it's an interactive collectible. You have to build it, you have to put it together.
Right.
And it's just a pre-order model. So we're say, hey, for 2 weeks, sell as many as you can. Once you're done selling them, we'll make them and ship them. And it's nice because like as a business, we don't have to have a bunch of cash up front and constantly buying things and forecasting. Hopefully we bought enough. Hopefully we didn't buy too much. Now it's just like, no, we know exactly how many to build. We ship them. You get your money right away. We get our money right away. And then they get their product.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool. But this guy is actually kind of messed up because he's been dropped several times. Dude, our website is sick. Hold on. Click on one of the drops. Click on Puffer.
Oh, Puffer's live right now?
Watch him fall apart. Where does it happen? It's loading because it's so sick. You guys were lagging earlier on YouTube. Look at him. Now hover over him with your mouse. He like breaks apart and stuff. Oh, maybe not. Maybe scroll down. I can't remember. He falls into pieces. I know that.
I mean, it definitely looks
Eventually
very nice.
He falls into pieces, but this is like our standard size. Yeah, there you go. See, there's all your pieces. 180. See, that one's like only 186 pieces, but
only 186. So you buy
mine's like 300. It just depends on what size.
So you get all these little like buildable blocks.
Yeah, it shows up as just a bag of blocks with an instruction manual on how to build it.
Holy
and then you put
shit!
It together.
You put it together.
And right now it's just these guys, the 6-inch. Like it'll be this size, couple hundred pieces. But eventually, we've like done some surveys. People are like, dude, we want a 12-inch one. We want a big one, or like
right, yeah. No, I can imagine
that might be something we do eventually. But yeah,
so okay. We got Droid, we got Marcel.
These are past ones we've done.
I don't know who Cartoons is. I'm not familiar.
Cartoons is Delirious's buddy. Cartoons, we've known him for a long, long time.
We got
Scotty.
Delirious,
Scotty.
Scotty.
Cruz has got a little dragon on her head. That one's pretty cool.
That's dope.
Mine was the first one, and then Komodo was the second one. That cheeseburger guy.
Okay.
And then Anthony.
Yeah.
But
cool.
Yeah, it's just a little buildable collectible
of
your favorite creators. So any creators out there that want to make one, let me know. We'll build you one.
Yeah, and then
pretty much any design you want to go with. Like it's pretty cool seeing it go from a sketch to the render, and then the final product looks exactly like it.
How the hell do you get into this? Like how does this happen?
So our supplier for 4D just has connections of like manufacturers all over the place.
Okay.
And this idea came about because we started talking to him and one of my other business partners. I was like, I want to do merch again, but I've never done well with merch. Merch for me has never done well. I've always done t-shirts that either I am not happy with, but sell well, or t-shirts that I think are cool and then they don't sell well. I'm like, I just kind of got tired of it. It was just like a lot of mental bandwidth for not a lot of result. I'm So I was like, okay, if we're going to do merch, like I want to do some cool, like special stuff. And because I have this connection with our 4D supplier guy who can like access tons of different stuff. Like he can make pretty much anything you
Right.
can think of. He can find a company or manufacturer that can make it. So I was like, okay, we had an idea of like, we'll do a summer drop where I make swim trunks, a basketball, a fanny pack, and a water bottle. That was a thought.
Yeah.
And then I was like, what if we could do a buildable figure of my character? That would be sick.
Yeah.
And we're like, that would be sick.
Let's make it.
Then he looked into it and like, dude, we could do anything with that. And like,
That's-
well, okay. And then we looked at, obviously Lego is obviously a big buildable company. They don't have the patent on that exclusively anymore, which is why you see like Mega Bloks does Pokemon ones. And like,
Okay.
there's a bunch of different companies that do it now. And so,
And that had already been a thing whenever you got this idea, or
Yeah,
whenever this
yeah.
idea came to
but we
you.
had looked into it and we're like, okay, well, let's make sure, obviously we're not going to get destroyed by big
Get
brick,
sued to
as they say. Yeah.
sued to
And-
oblivion.
Yeah. And it's like, no, it's perfectly
That's
doable.
fucking
So
awesome. So
Yeah, it's cool.
which of the 3 businesses you're involved in, which of them takes the most time out of your day?
Glitch took a lot of time there for a while. Buildables has been taking a lot of time now, which is why I'm here. Like we had a couple meetings in Austin, and then I drove
Right.
up here to Dallas.
Yeah.
None of them take that much time though. It's more of just like I am kind of a marketing tool as well as a networking tool. You
Of
know,
course,
like I've
yeah.
been around a long time. I know everybody. I can get in
Right.
contact with
Yeah,
anybody.
Yeah.
And then as well as just kind of a brainstorm guy. Like this idea came about because I was trying to plan on merch. Now there's a whole business behind it, and like
Yeah.
that's kind of how it works with like Glitch and 4D and a lot of these different companies. So like not much more than a few hours a week,
Yeah.
but those are usually pretty productive hours a week. And then outside of that, it's like, hey, we need you to post something, or hey, we need you to try and get in contact with so-and-so, or like,
Yeah.
just that kind of thing. All these different companies have like teams behind them that do most of the work
Right.
that make this possible. So, but yeah,
But obviously you're a part of it.
yeah. I'm
Yeah.
co-founder, co-owner in all these different companies, but
That's awesome.
it was just like the idea of like, okay, YouTube's doing what it's doing. I need to try and build some brands outside of that can
Yeah.
survive past me.
Of course.
And like this is cool because it's like I get to make my own merch that I think is super dope. And like
Right.
the people that bought these loved them. And I'm gonna be doing another drop at some point. It'll be different. That's the other thing is like during the 2-week window, that's the only time you can buy this one.
Right.
I'll be making another one, but it won't be this one. It'll be different
Right,
in
right,
some
right.
way. And like that's the only time you can get that one. And then it's like now, but it's also a business entirely outside of me. It's not just like maybe I can't sell these anymore.
Right. Yeah.
That's
yeah,
fine.
yeah.
We got all these other creators that are loving this and can sell it and they make money from it. It's super streamlined for them too, because it's like just give us a general idea.
Right.
We'll get you a sketch, approve it. We'll get you a render, approve it. We'll get you a sample, approve
Yeah,
it,
Yeah.
and then we'll give you all the assets. Just make a couple ads and that's it.
Yeah.
And then you get money and your fans get a product that they're happy with. So. But
That is
don't drop
dope.
this guy. His head explodes. You guys can't see it. I put this thing back. It is not how it's supposed to be.
There it
His head fell
goes.
off. Now he's back. His arm fell off.
arm fell
Don't worry.
off.
You can just make him shrug now. You can go like this.
Yeah, just don't hold them by the head.
You just flip him around and now he's shrugging.
Oh, really?
Yeah, isn't that
Look
something?
at you. Look at you. Doing
But we
the
can do
fucking-
more than just this. This is just kind of our standard thing. But eventually,
That's dope.
yeah, eventually we'll do big ones or like a whole scene or I don't know.
When you're
There's
getting,
also potential to license with gaming companies. You know, we could do stuff for different gaming companies that may never have access to some of the bigger brands that do this
that
kind
is
of thing.
true. Yeah.
Yeah.
Is this shit you're always thinking about?
Yes and no. I mean,
Yeah.
yes, but I also have like these partners around me that like that's kind of their thing is like, all right, what cool
Right.
influencer, creator, gaming related brands can we make?
Yeah.
And then I'm kind of the person who's like, okay, does this actually have value to the influencer? Does this actually have value to the viewer? So there's a lot of ideas coming
Yeah,
at me.
yeah.
I give feedback. Sometimes like this one came from me mostly because I was like, this would be cool
Yeah.
as just a piece of merch.
Right.
But yeah,
So
it's not something I'm always thinking about. It's just
say
always something to think about.
say you go out to drinks with myself and Matt Craig,
Mm-hmm.
and you find out that Matt Craig is a Space Invaders YouTuber,
Hell yeah.
and he has 5 million subs, and you're like, oh shit, that's nice, and he's like, yeah, that's nice. Are you thinking? I wonder if like he had a glitch flavor, or maybe a buildables, or
Yeah, 100%.
like,
But I'm
are
also
you
not.
always-
Yes, but I'm also not trying to be like, oh, you're a creator.
exactly.
How can I extract as much value from you
Dude,
as possible?
That is like one of my biggest.
I only want to bring it up if I truly think I get the vibe that this person would be interested in it, and if I think they would like it. This
Right.
I will pitch this to any creator because,
right.
in my opinion, it's a no-brainer. It's so little effort on your end for free money for something that your viewers are gonna love.
Right.
There's
Yeah,
just
yeah, yeah.
people love this kind of stuff. There's no way they're not gonna like enjoy it. in my opinion.
Yeah, no, it makes perfect sense to me.
Like glitch and some of the other stuff is a little bit hard to sell, but
I mean, this
like
yeah.
4D, right? Like I was talking to you, like it's mostly mouse pads. We would love to do a Hitch or Team Summertime mouse pad or whatever.
Right.
Like you guys mostly play on controller. Will it work? Maybe, but
right. Yeah.
it's not as much of a no-brainer. You know?
Yeah,
I
get that.
But yeah, I'm very careful. Like obviously, as a creator myself, I've seen and heard every possible pitch, seen every leech. There's a lot of people. There's a lot of bad actors in the gaming scene.
There really are.
That are
really
like,
are. Yeah.
And that's the other thing too. So like that's kind of part like we're vetting potential like investors for different companies, and I'm like, just because so and so has built X brand X, I'm like, I've seen a lot of dumbasses fall ass backwards into so much money in this industry. There's
also a weird part of first of all, let's look at the 4D.
These are the 4D pads. So you know Cryos, John Cryos? I don't know if you're familiar with him.
No, I'm not.
So Cryos is a gaming YouTuber that I've known for a long time, but he's friends with Smitty. And he makes great content. But
is this the one that they were kissing each other on your podcast?
Yes, okay, that's John. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, we don't know. It's up to him, you know. But he's big into painting right now, and so we did a whole series around his painting. So Cryos landscape, Little Warrior Boy, he physically painted those on a canvas.
Oh, that's dope. That's awesome.
Doodle, Dose of Apathy, those are physically painted by him.
Okay,
so,
cool.
Which is pretty cool.
And how does that work for him? He just supplies you with the...
He just gets a royalty on all those pads sold, as well as obviously he has a code and he makes money on those too.
Right,
so.
yeah, cool.
Yeah. And then there's Puffers.
Gamers Outreach.
Moose was cool because like he retired recently and we kind of did this pad as like a big memorable thing of like his favorite moments from the past years.
That's cool.
Blarg is like Toronto related.
So how many of your businesses are oh wow, there's a lot more than I thought there were.
There's a bunch.
Marksman.
Mine's sick as fuck. I don't know if you'll find it on here, but I'm pretty partial. I think it's cool. I don't know if you'll see it. I don't know if it's even on the website anymore.
Oh, that's really
they sold out a long time ago. But yeah, and a lot of like the biggest Fortnite pros play on our mouse pads because they're genuinely the best. We took a lot of time to figure out what makes a good mouse pad, and we kind of took a little bit of inspiration from all the good ones. And now we have a glass pad, which I've never played on a glass pad before, but now I play on one because of 4D.
Yeah.
It's insane.
Really?
It's so crazy. It takes a little bit to get used to for sure, but it's crazy.
Oh, well, fuck. Yeah, I might have to fuck.
There's a big piece of glass on your pad, which has been a bit of a change for me because I'm a slammer. I like getting mad and slamming my desk. I can't be doing that with a glass mouse pad.
You definitely can't be doing that.
Yeah, we got our speed serum. That shit is insane. So basically you have your pad and it's slick already because it's glass, right?
Yeah.
But there is still some friction and some feel. If you put that stuff on it and then rub it all over the pad it's not like you can't feel it. It's not like oily.
Right.
But like it's so fast.
Really?
And that's what like the Fortnite kids love, bro. They
they
love going crazy.
You can't just put like KY jelly or wet platinum on it and it's just...
You could, but you would be all jellied up by the end of your session, you know? You'd be all horned up. You'd be horny as hell.
Like, actually, I gotta leave,
like, look
guys.
at this thing spin.
What the fuck?
That's control mode without, and that's with the speed serum.
So what's your, between all your businesses, what's your baby right now? What's doing the best?
I think buildables is what we're the most excited about.
Okay.
Glitch is cool, but like that's like the most competitive market ever. And like we're learning that. That
was my next question.
It's so difficult. Yeah. Glitch is like we try to make like a super premium product, and at the end of the day, people don't give a shit. They just want to inject like caffeine sludge in their bodies. And so like that's been the hardest part. Like Glitch is a better formula than every other energy product like on the market, honestly, dead ass.
Yeah.
But because of that, it doesn't taste as perfect as some of the others or whatever. Whatever qualms people have. People just want Kool-Aid with like 300 milligrams of caffeine in it. Like we're not going to do that. But I love Glitch. Glitch is still my baby because it was the first one. And it's like what has sparked a lot of the business partnerships and relationships that I have that have led to like buildables.
Yeah.
4D obviously is awesome and we're excited about it, especially once we get into like actual peripherals. Like you can only be so excited about mouse pads. I love the mouse pad. It is fun and exciting. It's really good. And that's all I'm going to use now. But I'm ready to make like some keyboards and some mice, maybe a controller. Who knows? But buildables is like, this is like the coolest one because I think for all creators, I think it's something cool that they can do. But
yeah, I mean, that is just wild. I don't think people really understand. People that just watch your funny moments on Call of Duty, they don't understand like what all is churning in that fucking brain of yours.
Well, that's why I said one too. Is like there's the gaming thing is like I can do the gaming thing, and it's such a well-oiled machine now. It gives me time to like do this kind of stuff and make these connections and have these meetings and talk to these people. And
yeah. How nerve-wracking is it talking to like VCs and?
Yeah, we don't talk to too many like VCs, but it's just in business in general, most of any of the investment talks that we've had with people have been like people that are already in the industry that like clearly already have done something and have some value and know some things.
Okay.
And so it's just like weighing like, okay, can we do it on our own? Do we want to give this person a piece? If so, it's been a lot of learning. So like Glitch and 4D and Buildables, it's just been like learning a lot about business in general outside of YouTube, because YouTube is like the easiest business ever.
Right.
There's virtually zero overhead. It's
you
just
make
like,
something that people like.
There can be zero overhead. If you do everything yourself from start to finish, there is no overhead outside of like a one-time computer purchase or whatever, or microphone.
Yeah, true.
Yeah. Whereas other businesses, it's so much more complicated.
Yeah.
Business seems easy. You build a product for X, you sell it for 2X, you make infinite money. It's like, that doesn't work. It really doesn't.
Yeah, no.
Like, and you see people.
I think maybe you think it's easy. That doesn't even sound easy.
Well, no, it's just not even that simple. It's like, oh, you think if you can buy a product for X and sell it for twice as much, that's a business that infinitely prints money. It's like, that's just not how it works. If you truly want to scale and grow a business, and like, it's so much more complicated than that. And it gives me more appreciation and like kind of more of an understanding of just economics in general. Like, you have a lot of people that like these days on Twitter, especially, they're like mad at any company that like makes a profit. It's like, companies can't grow unless they make crazy profits. Like, it's insane how much of a margin you have to have in some industries to have the business even be viable, let alone expand and grow. It's a lot. So
just on your personal content, everything that you own 100% of, how many employees do you have?
With like Wildcat?
Yeah, just Wildcat.
2. So, me and one other person. That's all I have employee wise. I have a lot of contractors.
Right, which are thumbnail artists
and editors. And the part of that is like they're free to go and edit for other people as well.
Of course,
that's kind of the main thing. Whereas the employee, it's my man Eric.
Yeah.
Shout out Eric. OBJ every day. This is someone I've known on YouTube since like 2011.
Okay.
And he's my boy. He's like my manager / assistant.
Okay.
And basically he's everything I'm not.
Right.
He's organized.
Yes.
He's intentional. He's detailed. He's scheduled.
Yeah.
He's he's disciplined. And so I joke and I tell people that he's my employee boss.
Right.
He works for me, but he bosses me around. And that's great too, because he will not put up with my shit.
Yeah.
Like, if I have an ad I needed to do this week and Friday rolls around, I haven't done it, he's like, dude, what the fuck? He's like, dude, just go get it done. He's like,
this is how you're getting paid. This is how I'm getting paid.
That's the only employee that works for my company specifically related to YouTube. Otherwise, there's like 4 editors, probably going to get a 5th soon.
Right.
2 to 3 thumbnail artists that I work with on and off, just depending on who's available.
Yeah.
Outside of that, that's really basically it. Honestly, it's pretty small, but it's pretty well oiled.
And how many employees do all of the businesses have between the 3 of them?
Not really many, to be honest.
Okay.
I think Glitch only has like a couple. 4D, I don't think has any. It's just the founders involved.
Yeah.
That's their full-time thing, as well as Buildables. Buildables, there's 5 of us right now that own part of the company. I do the least work in terms of hours spent with Buildables. Like the other guys, like CEO, COO, people managing.
Yeah.
There's people managing the operation side of things in terms of sourcing the manufacturing, whatnot. There's people managing the brand and influencer side of things, connecting to influencers.
Right.
Obviously, that's part of my gig too, but once I find someone, they're the ones making the connection and having the conversations.
Yeah.
So
is there
it's all kind of self for now until they can expand to a point where we need that kind of thing.
Yeah. Because everything's like kind of like small right now.
Yeah. And it's a lot of outsourcing too, right? So like, obviously if we did our own manufacturing, we would have a factory full of people, but like, that's not feasible to start a business and instantly have a factory full of employees, right? So,
right. Yeah. Does it put pressure on you as the front man, especially for some of these, actually all of them? Are you the biggest creator investment for all of them? Like owner for all of them?
Yeah. For all of them.
Does it put pressure on you?
Yeah, a little bit, but not something I didn't sign up for. And also the goal is not to revolve around me, right? Like it's like, I'm kind of the starter and the catalyst.
Yeah.
And eventually it should thrive whether or not I am relevant or not.
Yes.
I would still be involved, but like, it shouldn't rely on whether or not I can make sales or I am relevant in terms of me as a creator.
Yeah.
That's definitely the goal with all of them. Obviously with the YouTube channel, Yes,
Obviously,
but that's all
yeah,
like
not the YouTube
that's all like
channel.
self-inflicted
Yeah.
like stress and like responsibility.
Of
It's like,
course, of
I have
course.
to keep my channel alive or I die. That's how I feel. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I'm kind of this. I've started like a little online events thing because I've been throwing online events forever. You played in one of my tournaments. Marcel got ninja fused by a
You got
bot.
ninja fused by a bot. I was there for that. That was rad. That was banger.
So I've done that for a long time. I thought, why not make a business out of it? So I'm like trying my best to like grow it at a rate that I can, manage and also like just see if it works. And so that's why I was kind of picking your brain about it.
You
Just
never need help or any what little advice I could offer.
yeah,
you can hit me up.
Now
It's all you'll hear though is that it's just it's hard. It's hard
It's
and it's a
tough.
lot of trial by
it's
error.
so tough that you've done it 3 times.
Yes. And I haven't made a dime from any of them. I
was
started
wondering that.
all these businesses, so like Alpha Betas. That's another one technically that was a business. Like
yeah,
me and my
true.
friend started a production company to source that.
Right.
Never made a dime.
Yeah.
Glitch, I've never made a dime.
Right.
Buildables, I haven't made a dime. 40, I've never made a dime. It's all just like trying to grow an entity and a brand outside of me.
Are you trying to grow profit or are you trying to get out?
What, me?
Yeah.
Oh, I just want to grow the brand. And then eventually either the brand has an exit where it's sold or whatever. That's at the end of the day, it's just grow something that can exist outside of my YouTube channel that I can be a part of and I can help grow.
Because
that's kind of the main premise.
When it comes to business, when I first started learning about business, I learned it late because I had a very, conservative, like sheltered childhood. They were very much like, we're not going to learn, we're going to teach you too much.
You're going to go to school, then you're going to go to college, then you're going to get a job, you're going to work it for 40 years. Hopefully you don't kill yourself and then you retire. That's yes.
And then as I start learning about business, I'm like, wait, I thought business was, I make potato chip. I sell potato chip. I eventually make money from potato chip. But like it's more
it's infinite possibilities of choices every day forever.
Right.
It's like, and you can't make all those decisions. So you have to get people around you trust that can make the decisions.
Right.
And even then you're going to argue about those decisions and no one's going to be right until you find out who was right. Like, and it's really tough.
Yeah.
And it's also a lot of work for no money. If you're starting a business, you're not going to like generally the YouTube thing. Obviously that's like YouTube is a cheat code as a business. You just make money right away.
It's almost commission. It's almost you're working to bring people in to watch the advertisements.
Yeah, but like a true business that makes or produces something and sells it or does a good in service and sells it, that is like, is
it fun? You have fun?
Yeah, it's fun.
Yeah.
It's fun. Like I like that aspect. Like buildables, I'm super excited about. And like I want to grow and I want to partner with as many people as possible and see what happens. But at the end of the day, like I don't know if I'll ever see a dime from it.
Yeah.
There's no clause that says I get X amount of money at certain time. It's just, can we build the business to a healthy enough point where the people that are in ownership get to pull a piece back for themselves? Or do we build it up to where we can sell it and then we all take a chunk? It's And is that even the right move? Because in the gaming space, it's a lot of built off of like trust and stuff, If you build a business on the back of like people that have faith in you specifically, and then you go to sell it, maybe you still need to have a piece of it and have some control so that way people believe in it. And it's a lot. Yeah. It's a lot to learn.
It's mesmerizing. Like I fucking love it. I love hearing people talk about their business. I don't know. I mean, obviously I don't know if you feel like I've been reaming you, but I enjoy
I've had enough drinks now. You can ream me as much as you want.
Fuck yeah.
I'm good.
One thing I've kind of been...
Dude, you're going to get canceled for this show. Do you know that? I gave that some thought on the way here, bro. You're getting people drunk and then asking them some questions.
No.
You're going to get someone in trouble who's going to come at you. I wasn't sober. He made me do it. Okay, I'm sorry. Not actually, but...
I tell everyone. It's not like we upload it tomorrow. Like you got time to think about it. If there's anything,
go ahead, sober up, give it a review.
If you want to see the cut, I will send you the cut. No. Watch it. That's really.
I'm a very self-aware drunk. I'm not drunk right now. I'm definitely a little buzzed, but I'm very self-aware. Like I know exactly what level I'm at when I'm at that level, and I'm very aware of what I'm doing.
You want to drink, Matt? You want?
Yeah, I want to try that.
Yeah. Let me. Make you
get him some. Get him some.
Let me make you one.
Guys, let me tell you about my little guy here, Wildcat Buildables. Wow, he's cute. He's cool. You can't buy him because I sold him months ago and he's not available anymore. But eventually, maybe I'll do another one. Or maybe a creator you like will be able to make one. Wow. Maybe there'll be... He's dead. He's gone. Buildables.com.
Bro, he blew up.
That's what he does, bro. His head shattered earlier, and I couldn't put it back together. It's not built the way it's supposed to. This is a sample that has made its rounds. It's not the way it's supposed to. His arms are gone. There's his legs.